Stuck in the past, where we were airless. Miles don't matter, we'll see who's true.
Sentinels climb with fire in their veins, beating 100 glue sticks, left them in chains. Loud got silence, no
Game time locked in, but something's off. Miv left the spike on heaven, now they looking lost. Indy stuck staring, forgot to defuse. Mystics flashbang, team C in the blues. 100 glue sticks, playing for the memes. Team glue quit, they're as bad as it seems. Too glue, too fast, losing the series. Generational glue, still stuck in their theories. A big brain plays, a throw on replay. Send it deep, full commit, but we lost the way. From the strats to the claps, what's the call today? Thinking man's Valorant, but the glue team stay. Also lost in the glue, can't find a way. Would you rather eat glue or mud? What's the play? Never stuck, angels aim won't last. Cloud glue stacked wrong, whole roster trashed. Glunatic, lost to a bus driver, what a blast. Evil gluniuses, Ye's chamber days are past. Heretics saw dirt but didn't even shoot. Thought he was a clone, man, what is this loot? They're sniffing glue, straight eating it too. Every round lost, man, oh, what did they do?
You get shot, you lose the round, you lose the game. It's an FPS game.
It's thanks for the 9 months.
Overtime, double time, when will it end? Go let him go to bed, just close it, my friends. Ardy slow in his own team, NRG's a mess. Nivera eco round, they forgot to invest.
A Throw City streamed with the raid.
Sideshows on the run, dodging IRS. So big brain plays, over on replay.
Sideshows on the run, dodging IRS.
Lost the way, from the straps to the claps, what's the call today? Thinking man's Valorant, but the glue team stay. Also lost in the glue, can't find a way. Would you rather eat glue or mud? What's the play?
Okay, that was our intro song for this stream. Thank you, Wes the Fitting, for the gift sub. Thank you, Wes. Is this on Spotify? No, it's on the Discord though. It's the Discord song called "Lost in the Glue," posted by Lopesy. It's in general. If you scroll up just a bit, you can have it for yourself. But yeah, I thought that one was funny. What do we think of that tier list? What do we think of that tier list? I think they're a little high on DRX, to be honest. A 4. I might even put Trace 4. Right, this is fine, this is fine, this is fine. This I don't know. This is a maybe. I think they might even be a little low on Trace. T1, T and Liquid. I might even. I mean, I'm just a T1 hater, but I'm putting T1 in 8. It's not that bad, to be fair. That's not that bad of a list. That's a tough list though. Okay, here we go. We got G2 versus Sentinels.
Last year was just always top 3, top 2, and never could close it out. But this year is going to be completely different. Last time against G2.
So yeah, so obviously this is the grand final. The grand finals generally don't have a ton of meaning. This one I would say doesn't have a ton of meaning, but there is some meaning to it. It's worth an extra champ point. It's worth playing a 2 seed in the first part of Masters. Actually, I'd say it means less than last year, because last year
Team losing first and then rematching.
Last year, only the winner got 3 points. and no one else got any. So actually, I thought last year.
Hello General Goon. What was your 100 meters sprint speed? Were you fast or never beat the tubby baller allegations? P.S. G2 play Lotus, I need more protocols. You raided me, I raided Throw City Streams, Throw City Streams raided you. Full circle.
Look at it go. What did Zoltox yap about now? What was my 100-meter sprint speed? I have no fucking clue. Generally, I wasn't the quickest in terms of my top speed. I was decent over a short distance. You know, the first like 5 to 10 yards, I had a decent speed, but I maybe didn't have the highest top speed of all. It seems a bit empty for a SEN game, to be honest. Maybe it's just people filling it. I mean, there's also, I almost want to go back to that Heretics. I kind of want to remind myself of Lotus. Like, how bad was it really? It seemed very bad at the time.
This is Valorant.
Like, did they seriously just
Heritage.
keep stacking up? B Rice survived.
Been away
Thanks for
a
22
while,
months.
But glad to be
B
back
Rice-
in a
Byron- B
TMV
Rice?
stream.
It's like, look, there's space here to lurk up into now. Like, this is the round that I remember annoyed me. Because you've only got sheriffs, right? So we should be testing this if we're Benji. Right? You've got nothing to lose. Like, we're early in the half. You've got nothing to lose. You know, go and see if there's a gap there. Because there is gaps here, right? There's literal gaps. Multiple times you've found a good timing here. You could have done. But he just ends up... Like, look. There are multiple occasions where he could find a good timing and maybe find a free kill. And it's on like a round where you only have a sheriff. He just sits there and waits. And then they end up coming to him. But that's the thing, right? They end up pivoting back to B after the Fade has seen that Benji's there. So Nat isn't going to leave because he knows that Benji's there. The whole thing was just bad, wasn't it? Like, we're playing a no Sentinel comp. Right, let's just watch Benji again. Okay, this is one of the rounds that win, I guess. But he just goes with the team. But even that round, they only just won. So here they're trying to go for an 8 split, I guess. I mean, I guess this round we just get destroyed before anything even has a chance to develop. Okay, Benji, are we gonna activate some kind of lurk? No, we're just gonna come back to the team. Yeah, Jesus.
And SEN have literally no idea
That's
what they're
rough.
going to be running. Maybe they bring in the chamber like we saw EG have with K on this map. Maybe Leaf continues to play that role. Or he's on the Viper. They have options.
Have they changed their ban?
Players' lead especially is huge, but also I think G2 have been the defining team in the meta. And when we talked to Valen, he said he felt like other teams were behind them, taking their ideas, stealing.
Oh, G2 ban Lotus ban. Of course, I forgot G2 get double ban.
The innovators in VCT
G2 pick
Americas this
split.
Yeah, these are the
Send
two
pick.
teams that
Send
by
pick
far have
Pearl.
been
Okay, we
the
got to
most
see that Pearl
experimental,
again.
pushing the meta
So
forward,
let's see
trying
that
to get
defense
ahead
side
of
on
the rest of the
Pearl.
pack.
Let's see if they continue to just sit as deep as possible.
A common theme for the two of them.
There were such big changes coming into kickoff. 2 new
Okay, so what maps did they ban? They banned Bind and Lotus. We're playing Split, Pearl, Abyss as the first 3. Again, we are hoping for a 3-0, to be honest, so that again I can get up for this. And then we got Team Vitality versus Team Liquid. Who would have thunk? In a grand final of EMEA, Team Vitality versus Team Liquid. How has that happened? All right, let's do this.
Case of these two squads, so much Yoru. They have relied on that duelist to make a lot
Okay,
of space
Yoru,
to
Teo,
nullify
Astra Breach,
the Teo
Viper.
on the opposite side by drawing out util,
Seems
being able to
okay.
teleport away. Jaw on that again, no surprise. And
So-
Sen, Yoru as
Mirrors?
well.
Yeah, it's nearly a mirror mode matchup here.
Wow.
The only difference, bang locking in the Omen instead of the Astra. The biggest strength there is that line.
We want
control from
100 plus rounds to
Paranoia.
best of
You two are
5.
gonna have a lot of tools in trap
100
plays
plus
with
rounds is what?
all of the breach util,
4
the
close
Astra util,
maps?
the Teo util. I'm
That's
so
not that
excited
bad.
to see what they have.
Riot Games Arena, it's now time for the
Although,
grand
no, I would
finals
prefer-
here at kickoff.
I would
Let's go
prefer
ahead and send
50
it over to your
rounds.
casters, a couple of fellow
I'll take
esports
50.
geriatrics, my good friends. It's
Oh, Shia
Glenn
said he wanted to
and
call.
Sideshow.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I mean, feeling like it at this point, honestly, just aged and jaded with time is what apparently happens to
Hello.
esports. It's the grand finals of the Americas kickoff.
Hello, hello,
Sentinels
hello.
and G2, and for one team, they are looking for that title.
How do you
It's
feel about
constantly
Team
elusive.
Liquid?
It's
You
been
must be
2 chances for G2
ecstatic.
last year, and this is another
I'm
third
surprised. I
chance
didn't think
now
they'd do
for
that well.
Sentinels.
I thought they just
Revenge
fucking
is on the
upset a
cards.
little
It's
bit,
there for the
but
taking, but they have a
damn,
hell of an uphill
they're kinda
battle
going
if they wanna
crazy.
grab it.
Everything is stacked against them. They have to go up against G2 without any idea of how they're going to play.
Yeah,
this
we're
mirror
gonna
composition
need to tell
on
Mimi
split,
that she has to
although
glue herself
probably
to a
the
chair.
sub-level of
Sucks.
knowledge from scrims. So it's time for the Samsung match start. You can load up fast with those Samsung SSDs, and we are into it with our grand final, a trophy on the line.
Okay,
As
here
you
we go.
said, that is going to mean so much to G2.
So G2 on the attack. They go for a Yoru Teo TP play. Egg is the caster, yes. I am a British man, yes.
Pushed them up in our forward spot.
Little
but
chatter.
slow going for now.
So we're gonna
I mean,
probably.
there's insane pressure on Sen to win this map, right?
G2 have not
Is
shown
there?
it.
They got
But
shit
when
on
other teams
Pearl
have tried to
Abyss
defend
like
against this
2
complex
days
center
ago.
on the attack side, it is
Oh, in
tough
terms of
for
like
all
winning this
space.
map, yeah.
So much
Like
user
for the
yeah.
rest of it.
towards you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And Leaf gets
that's
tied
true.
up
It matters
and
like a lot in
really
terms of
deep.
if they
go
care
for
I'm
a
for
really
shocked
deep
they
push.
picked Pearl.
But there's a gap in the wall. And
Yeah,
Leaf already
I am
ahead of it.
too.
Flash primed and ready into the hands of Zekken, but he's none the wiser. It's going to be just avoiding him completely. And Leaf, potential to do the damage with the backstab occurring. They're putting a
Okay, so they
squeeze
get up
onto those
towards ramp.
players. Ramp control earned, and theirs, and out of sight is next for the taking. John
G2,
QT. Hell of
a man
task.
up.
He's got to anchor this
So
one.
more
He's gonna be
wrapping
tested
spawn. I think you can
momentarily.
hear
Pushed up onto the
Bang,
corner.
gets the
Shots
kill
are
on
landing
Bang.
for him, though, but his allies
Now
being
threatens
whistled
the
away in
rep
background.
behind.
The reposition
Looking to
around
kill him
into the
first,
smoke.
but John.
So in that chaos, but G2 are very aware of it, waiting for that smoke to fade, taking a fight together, leaving it into that
Pretty
2v1.
much uses the TP, doesn't run across.
Quick tap. Snake bite forces
Oh,
it
that was a
forward.
poor fight by
Celsius
Jonah.
earns himself that 1v1. It's clever positioning, but now it's about the timing. Swinging around, Jorgamo holding his ground. A tap as well.
Wow, it's also a 1v2, so
To earn
little
Sentinels
mistake
that
by
pitch.
Jonah here.
Hey.
Should have just tucked back with Joel. Really no reason to push forward.
Masterpiece. John Cutie comes out with genuine cinema in the pistol round. Landing ghost shots to be able to make it somewhat winnable for Zelsis, but it was still
If G2
so tough.
lose this game,
The G2 players at all times
I
are trying to
mean,
double up.
like
And
G2
offer
need to
Sen no
win this game.
opportunities to
I
take
think
1v1s.
they have to win this
Still
game
managed to get a
because
couple, and
otherwise I
Zelsis
think
separates
they're
them
going
with
to have this
perfect
mental
snake
block
placement.
of like we
It's a
can't
Red
win
Bull
big
clutch that
games.
carries on the momentum and the
You think
excellent
off of just
gameplay
the
that we
split?
saw in the last match from
I think they
Zelsis.
will. Like if they
He was
got to a grand
untouchable at the
final,
beginning of the
like
series
I'm
against
looking at
MLB.
reasons why G2 wouldn't win,
Gets him on his feet early.
Yeah.
like
Pumped up.
why they wouldn't win Bangkok, and I was
Energy is
thinking
gonna help Sen.
if they played like EDG in a
It's an
grand
uphill
final,
climb. It is an uphill
EDG
climb.
would think we're gonna
So
win,
damn difficult. Best of fives.
Yeah.
in this
and I worry
fashion when
But
G2
they
would
were
think,
too.
top seed
Ooh,
advantage. They
will
were
we win?
almost
Really?
perfect coming
Yeah.
I
down.
think their vibes are so good as a squad.
But,
Like
but
even
Careful though with his composition.
I mean, yeah, they've got good
Jonah
vibes,
Campbell
but
and my Ramona
the
Jones
worst they've looked was like what? It was on.
Had some
Was
necessary
it Pearl?
defense.
Like
Bit more firepower.
where they were
Spikes
down, they
dropped down
timed
into the middle
out.
of
Everything
nowhere.
was kind of fine.
Flash and a TP, full committal by Jorgmo, but
Against Sen at least, every single map past has just kind of been a stomp.
yeah, they've been good. But we'll see. Like if no, but I'm saying if they lose this, then this will be their worst game.
That's true, but I don't think they care. I genuinely think like if you're in these specific finals where like we've already made it, like the biggest pressure's off, right? Like getting the Bangkok at least.
had what, like one tiny area that he could play, and he still got stunned.
It's true, but
and yet he got the
I
job
worry
done,
for them mental wise.
arguably because G2 were only on the pistols.
I think you're right in terms of like that is their only where they could be
But it
weak.
doesn't matter.
But I just think they're so
They'll get the
fucking
job done. He's up to
bolstered
5
mentally
and
that
0.
it's big chill.
Bit of spam. Jorg
We're
Taking
down
chip damage.
pretty low. Got a judge in heaven.
But he's alive and kicking with that ramp control. Pushed up.
If
Do you think
Sen
it's
could
also
shoot
dependent on
back
how they
last
lose? Like, if
time,
they
they
get
could have beat
absolute stops, is that better than, like, a close
G2.
loss?
2-13-7 map sound insanely dominant. Good to see you stopped blindly glazing.
That was the same position that Leaf tucked himself
2-13-7s where what? It was an 11-1.
This time, Sen not putting
I mean,
bodies on
bro,
the line in the
you're just a hater. You're just a hater. The first map was dominant.
In a ramp. This is a spot where G2 often like to move to the opposite side, whereas instead here they're grouping up for a hit onto A.
Like, they're a pistol round away from winning 13-1 and you saying, oh, that wasn't dominant.
A bit of spam into the smokes. That's just Valen. Yeah, unlucky from the rate, but defensive, understanding that the flood could come through.
Great positioning already though from G2. They didn't commit too many people to the site. They realized because of the Tejo drone from Trent that it was completely empty, playing for the retake.
Got 2 players playing offside.
With Leaf, ready to stop this ramp retake. Sen actually split up, trying to go from both sides at once.
I mean, Leaf doesn't even have Snakebite or anything.
Zekken was opening himself up wide there, but a beautiful one to win out. Clone's going to be tagging and taking a couple of the bullets here. G2 just trying to force and fight their way out
Clean
of
by
this
Valen. Clean performance. I mean, they need to try and get out. This is an extraction mission now.
PB in that backup policy, and John QT left to see what he can do. It's a 1v3 with time ticking against him. Players are offering themselves up, but at this point, a little bit too late to go for the play. Just trying to play for those exit kills.
Sen could fucking wrangle their gun in that game. Zekken looked like prime FM.
As well, being close to earned.
It's a great bonus for Sen. I think.
Yeah, that's fair. I just don't think that you can. Yeah, Sen didn't play great, but I just don't think you can say like, oh, you know, it wasn't a dominant performance when they were literally a pistol round away from like winning 13-1.
Jorgamo's picking up a stinger into this next round.
Wow, good stun. Good stun.
G2 are excited to play today as well.
Okay, we got Yoruwalt.
Jorg, stinger. With the Yoruwalt though. So definitely a potential for him to come out of the dimensional drift and get a free pick with that light weaponry.
Gone for a B-split.
Did he clear Zekken? I'm not sure Zekken even knows.
Might have missed it, but he's going to be pumping in that chaos destruction, raining down from above. Meant to supplement the action, and Zelsis, he has stepped up to that challenge. Regardless, still, it's too much for him to overcome. Double faced up there by the G2 players. And
now everyone's here. There is no lurk to this.
That's a crazy exit.
Picture perfect entry from G2 though.
Yes, that was a crazy exit.
All the pressure's on Sen now.
Tap, looking for the second wave of things here. Sen gonna bite that.
Ooh!
Speaking of biting and down, Zekken, he's offloading
1v1?
leaving it to the 1v1 though.
I just realized that we're unsynced.
Oh, 3, 2, 1, 0.
4, 3,
Dude, this
2,
is different from
1, 0. Transition.
Sen today. You see
We'll
Sentinels
sort it
on
out
this
next
stage
time.
prior to their match against MIBR. Like the early games from Sen.
I was like,
they are
damn,
not
I didn't know
hitting
looking
shots
into
like
the
this.
smoke
Not
was really
all
cool.
of
That's
them, all
crazy.
At the same time. Zekken just fried Trent and Valen on the entry, and John has been
I mean,
playing
there's
great
Zekken
ever
shooting
since
for
the
you.
pistol. Those ghost kills he got, he's also winning clutches like that. In order to beat G2 today, Sen need to be firing on all cylinders.
0?
Certainly started
Day
that
9?
way.
Day 8? Day 7?
I'm 1 second behind.
The form they're bringing to
35,
the game
34. I think the sync is
ridiculous.
Okay, I paused for a
Yeah,
second.
we're
And it's not like that was a bad
chilling.
round from G2. They had all the util followed up off
Okay,
Jorg's
Jonah with the
ultimate
one
perfectly.
gun.
Here's that util pressure into B heaven. Makes it difficult for Zelsis to hold there.
Tukumo's got the spike, which maybe isn't ideal.
Jump spot. Sees the heads. There's an outlaw going to be waiting for them though. If they choose to take the fight towards it, pushing forward, Zekken has already grabbed the one with Valen being dropped, but now putting a bit of a squeeze onto the side. Still, heaven needs to be regained. And
That's a sick
weaker
flash
weaponry.
time. Holy.
More util where that came from as well.
Okay.
Coverage on every
Okay,
single
Sam.
avenue.
Damn.
Maybe a little bit of a problem here for G2.
The G2 Eco
4-1.
finds no results. Zekken's got his ult to be able to play
Sen
some kind of
definitely
retake style
looking
here. Zelsis, we saw him
more
ult a lot
confident,
in
I would
mid.
say, than they did
matches where he's
in their
played on
first game
split.
against G2, for sure.
There's no Euro ult on the other side to try to apply pressure through that, but there is.
You know, they seem to be reacting pretty quick. If I was, I mean, obviously we can see both sides of the map. It'll be interesting to see what G2, how they feel about this, but Sen and Sen were known for this before on Split, of course, as well. Like, absolutely just mega flooding across. Now,
they're throwing a kitchen sink at him at this point, and he's going to try and dominate that position once more. Steps into the pit.
it's a strange play for one guy to go for that.
It was only Jonah P that actually scaled through mid.
Oh,
Losing that though, it's
that
a bit
was
whippy
not a
straight
great
through the
fight.
wall. Armageddon's going to be offloaded anyway. On top of that, with a Cosmic Divide, why not use everything at your disposal? G2 will gain access to the site, gain access to the plan, a renewal into the round in terms of that time.
But this is going to be a very tough post plan.
Jono's
You're
gonna
holding
go.
on against Yoru. Second sees everybody, and John has his ult. They need to rely on Jorg finding a good timing through the pit in mid. And
He's wasted
Celsius
half the
has
time
got
there.
Time? I guess so.
Jogmo won that?
How did Jorg win that?
G2 has a bad start to map 1 and the chat is filled with the haters. You will all eat.
Forwards, and John has dealt with him. He was a pesky problem, Jorg. One less thing to worry about still. This is where it gets tight. Thick and heavy in terms of what's being laid down onto this side. Second side.
Winning the fights again.
In the process, snap to the side. A stun connects.
Wow.
Trent.
Jesus Christ. I mean, the level here is is crazy.
Required from G2, and Trent just keeps the rifle towards the end. The economy is constantly pressured.
Everything
though,
beforehand, you just kind of have to look left, right on
came
the.
through the upper bracket and
This game's been playing it like an insane.
with an amazing
Pop,
stun
pop,
lineup. I mean,
pop,
look
pop,
at that,
pop.
knowing exactly
Like
that
just
that is gonna
back and
catch
forth,
on
back
to
and forth.
anybody
They planned that on
that's
purpose as well, just so he's able to do that as a insurance.
The 2 best teams in the
feel
world.
pretty comfortable, but this becomes a super important round. G2 need to win it. They're
Okay,
mostly
3
lined
big
up,
ults.
but they have the ults to work around.
The money's a bit rough.
Again,
on
it's
either
pretty
side as well.
fast,
You
I'm
can run
gonna
a
guess.
fast hit
fucking
here for
third
G2.
Yoru
Yoru
ult
finds
seems good.
people. Jonah P destroys them.
No hug middle from the G2 players. They clear out most of the way.
Okay, a
towards
little
the site.
mistake there. Going
Jordan's
for
gonna
the
set himself up.
rockets, I guess. Don't plant in the pit.
Viper's
Never
good
a
as well. That's going to make it
never
that much more difficult
huge
for the
fan,
retake to
but
occur for
okay.
Sen.
So now you're thinking, okay, the retake's going to come from ramp side now. And Valen's there. The Tejo drone did not clear.
Missed them.
And if you run this retake, you're going to land into the Rolling Thunder. And Sen's
They're gonna
economy
commit
is
We're
not
gonna
amazing.
go into the pit with the Rolling
Very
Thunder.
much all in.
It's too
It's a
deep. The
backbreaker
pit's
now
way, yeah, they
for either
stop.
of these teams. Rolling Thunder this time.
But look, what
headed
does this
over to
get
the
you?
left
They're all
side
in
of
the pit.
site. A lot of
And they
players
have
going
to
to
be
be
able
collected,
to
stunned up in the
bypass
process.
the pit.
Second
I like the
in
pit
and
so much
through
better than
towards
the side
back.
pit too.
Masterful
No
shot,
way.
returning with the fire once more, but narrators drop down to help
didn't
them
plant in the
out.
pit, so they're in
Reinforcements
trouble.
are
What?
arriving. Rapid at that. What is that from Jorgamo? Snaps to the side.
What?
Still alive. The pit causes chaos, causes confusion. Have onto the defuse.
I guess-
Jesus Christ.
They pair
Dude,
hands.
wow.
Waiting
These
on the
guys are
sidelines, but knows
insane.
exactly when to strike.
These rounds are like,
G2 needed
it's
to
like
be able to
watching a
get back
table
into this
tennis
game.
match of just like, boom, 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 boom.
Sen and Al, the
It's it.
rookies on the defense side.
I mean, the shot from Jogmo is crazy.
What was this?
That's okay.
So is that how he won a trophy, was it? He's just been cheating all these years. Oh, that's crazy. But it was the ults that ended up winning it there for G2, and a great awareness of Valen's positioning.
So they use their ults. It does put Sen down on an eco.
They are going into Bang, though, as the Guardian, and John's going to be baiting
Oh
for
my
it.
god.
Holding it up and holding it down. Bang
No
Guardian.
way.
Straight through the wall. Bullet's not going to be caring about that business.
Trent took damage from that. Actually, Trent and Valen both took damage from that.
Nice little play
If they had
again.
one more piece of utility, they're all dead. That's crazy.
Sen are cooking.
It's the opening that they were hoping for, especially when their money has been battered to this degree. Because
So now no Jogmo, what are we gonna do?
I mean, you
We
could
ran
easily
into
classic
the
right
one
through
Guardian,
Valen or Trent
which isn't
to death at this
ideal.
point. So the damage
Valen
is
gonna call?
super important.
Potential
Sen
gun
don't
to be
know it's
picked up
happened,
here.
though, necessarily, because it was off the back of util damage, so they might not realize these players are as vulnerable as they are. Valen's calling a re-hit onto B, and Sen are still here, lurking, waiting.
So again, this
looks
time Sen just
really
stick
bad
with
for
it.
G2.
Util being held for
You've
both
got
of
what?
these teams.
The Marshal is over
gonna be
here.
a
The thing is, they've actually only got 2 classics, so... But this is tough. Running through here...
The danger mainly here for G2.
You're
They
gonna
can hear
need some
crowds
util
being
here,
dropped
so...
down, fault line salvos clearing.
I'm
The
honestly a
wave
bit
is gonna be
surprised. Normally when a
powerful.
duelist
You can
dies,
see
I
it.
think always just go where your Viper wall is, because that can give you some of this space.
This one too for Nail. Not shying away from the fight and the action. Paranoia on top of it with the orb up into their
Oh,
face.
that's
Slamming
the
to
Guardian
backline,
gun.
Maybe just off
What?
the TP sound cue. Something being heard off the back of it. Still
15 seconds.
They're swiveling around all over the place here, and time is running short. Shy of the mark still. Wrapping
All right,
around.
leave
Bullets
time.
are nailing.
It's leave
and it's
time.
not quite popped, but players are weak enough that the slightest of breeze is going to be bringing them down to their knees. A 2v2. We'll back up. Popped up. And then he saw the positioning. And he saw
What
the
is that
shots
shot?
done. And just ripped it
What?
away.
How have they won that, man?
What?
Where has this Sentinels been? Like, where were they in the first game?
Did they just need like tape to watch back? I'm so confused.
Sen come out on top. Once more, the
And it's so
individual form has
reversal.
got to be
How are
praised.
G2
It's a
getting
2v2
that
at the
like
players. They've got
entry anyways?
60
Like
health between them.
two of them are
It's
low.
a different Sentinels
They've already
that have
used
shown up
util to
this game.
reset,
And G2 have
and then they
just
lose
got
the fight
themselves
with
into
two
a better
kids at
spot.
20
We were
HP.
just talking about the fact that
Oh
with
my
that
God.
huge ult round that they got onto A, they've broken the Sentinels' economy. What matters that if you lose then to the eco? Zelsis, by the way,
This is unbelievable.
continuing that momentum from yesterday.
Okay, they take a
Damn,
timeout,
timeout.
G2.
Okay.
It's a crazy game. I mean, this already, just this 8 rounds, has changed my perception on Sentinels quite a lot.
Yeah.
From being a team that, you know, was playing good, but not great. You know, they were doing pretty good.
But like now we know like both what is it, Heckle and Jide, or what are the two?
G2
Jekyll and
Coke
Hyde.
Papa
Jekyll and Hyde.
Bezos simply worked
Heckle and
We
Jide.
know that we know that both sides exist, right? Like, are you still confident going into Bangkok that we see the BO5 Sentinels and not
Lick
the
my
BO3
put you
Sentinels?
bald Tory fraud. G2 have been beating up players with
Is it
ascendant
just
aim.
split?
Say
Like-
hello to the big boy league.
But they literally beat this team.
Great reads. Like, for
Their
example,
split
in that
against
prime
100
round,
Thieves
they
was
kept
not
the
this
four
good
players
at all.
stacked up
Like, it
towards
was
B with only
No,
Zen
the
watching
split
ahead.
against 100
so
Thieves was...
stinky. I hate
They had
that.
like one good
Entire
round
match.
and then the rest they slept.
Yeah.
Look who it is.
A big
Macoppa.
difference too in that
1571. Thanks for the 30
G2
months.
Bucharest.
Matchup was Mary was kind of just
But
stinking
G2
the
have
whole
been
time.
constantly under economic pressure, and now you
So if
see
they
the
have a
result
fifth
of that.
player, like that could also be a big difference.
Jorgenmore was the one to take that contact up towards ramp, so he pulled out a lot of that util prize. Elsis, this spot, not clear by drone. It's a slight pocket though. The presence of mind is not quite there for G2. Still vulnerable up.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus. How's he guessing the right one?
Still stands his
I
ground.
don't even fucking know.
That's a spot that you could argue is too high risk, high reward to play on an
Uh-oh.
anti-eco.
They know the
But
timings.
They're so smart.
He's
Okay,
still
this
going
is
for
wild.
it. The Sen players are still
Watching
confident
Ronaldo
enough
and
to
Messi
make
play
plays
chess
and not
against each
play
other. This is
scared
kinda
in these
crazy.
spots. G2 turned this.
Like, what the
He
hell?
applied a little bit of ramp pressure at the
It's like
start
8
of the
miles
round, but
final
Johnny's
rap
still
battle.
watching it.
First verse.
They've got 2 players in mid where they last saw G2, and 2 players playing for information.
God, if I have to go from this...
35 seconds, Jiggle. Lay it down to stun.
No way.
Like we've been talking, they're not shying away from the fight, even though they're against the eco. Willing to take risks, willing to take fights.
If I have to go from this to watching T1 glue themselves...
We were pre-firing things, we're sending stuff with like fucking ambition, like we got some plans coming in here.
Honestly, lucky to be
People are making like smart individual plays, all on splits, by themselves, looking confident.
Literally happening on our screen.
It's the same set.
And so similar to last year. The low bracket run, kickoff, finding momentum, finding their form.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is exactly what happened for Sen last year, where I would say they looked good but not great for most of kickoff,
prior to 2024.
and then
They were popular, but
at the end
weren't
just
really
kind of picked
doing
up.
too much. People were harkening back to the
Well,
glory
like, my
days
question
when
is what was
Lotus
happening
was
before,
on
like-
fire. And then last year they proved that with the right squad, they could actually win trophies and bring them back to Sen City.
Damn, he actually picked apart the fucking
Did a great job at
side
the start
swing
of the
that
year.
fast.
Made top 4 at champs as well, a second kind of peak.
This guy's like Ultra Instinct mode. That was too fucking fast to tell. There's just
again in
that's
2025.
crazy.
Okay, here we go. This is a big
G2
round for
can't afford to
G2.
let too much momentum build. They absolutely need this one.
They need probably the next
They don't
2
want
here.
echoes of the past as much as Sen want that. Resurgence of form through the lowers. Taking it all the way to Bangkok. For G2, they've been in this spot before. Making it to the finals, but never able to lift that trophy in Americas. Money in the back pocket though means that they've got rifles to work with, and a lot of util where that came with. came from. 20 seconds into the round, steadily taking that control, but Sen have been so good with the reclays and the refights, and you're seeing it again.
Classic Sen reclays.
What
Everyone gets one of TP's out.
Loyal.
Decker, thanks for the 10 months.
These guys are really just
trade, but it turns it
just woke up at 6 a.m. fucking type beat, you know, like
quite a bit of space though.
Armageddon. Cosmic Divide on top of it. It's a
That goes
unique
forwards.
one. Yeah, it goes forwards and
dude.
Bang's ahead of it. Oh my, timing to be
No,
caught.
stay out of business. What?
Booms
I think Jogamo would have killed him, to be honest, if he stayed there.
Yeah.
Brought back into the fight and a fray. Plant online for G2.
4v4, Yoruwal.
No pushback.
Astra's alive.
Anybody on site.
They're going to wait for the Euro ultimate.
Trent Valentin by like what, 15 seconds?
Dimensional Drift is going to give full information now for retake to occur. Spots the
Oh,
one.
they know. One more guy.
Player, though. Jogamo has
G2 instantly react by giving Joro a smoke.
He's actually got inside the smoke to play around, weaving in and
Oh. No, Grip, thanks for 11 months.
Will we send a Sen revenge?
That's gonna come in.
Possible.
Celsius is in the fucking super spot.
Of this, narrate sticking, half onto the defuse already. These are
No
the
way.
Just gonna stick.
And it is perfection in motion. Sentinels.
Yeah.
Just dissecting with precision.
Why did
all
G2
across the
pick Slit?
sites. They know
Isn't it
exactly
like
what is
Sen's
going on.
best map? Their record last season was crazy good.
I mean, it was last year, but their game against Sunset Thieves this year would make you think that this wasn't a great map for them necessarily. But they do look good now. It is somewhat reminiscent, I think, of last year, where they're reacting quite quick,
Everything on
in
Celsius to
comparison.
stop the Heaven reflank.
but then knowing like when to pause as well. You know, like there you saw Bang like, oh, should I go for it? And he like, oh no, we've got a Yoruwal, we'll be fine. Like they seem to have a very good reaction.
Well was that a
and a
retake
read.
protocols. It was missing at the beginning of this year, to be honest.
It's so similar to last year, isn't it?
Yeah.
They have changed a lot.
I mean, we'll see how that Pearl is.
John is
You know, they lost that to
changed his role
MIBR, even though they played better yesterday against
lost
MIBR. They didn't play
really
this well, but they played better against
structural
MIBR.
members.
But as we know, they lost, of course.
Celsius an attempt to take the time.
Oh, no molly for Celsius this time.
Fault line's good though. Slows down the potential pace that could be occurring on the backside of it. Celsius suppressed up though, and we'll have to respect that space is given up in through mid.
If Jogamo manages to get a kill, he has the dimensional drift, and that could change the texture of this fight a lot. But at the moment, he's not being offered anything.
Bang is so far forward, so Smoke to play himself
Oh,
inside.
it's a spike as well. I mean, Bang.
To get away from it.
They're doing this stuff
Another good
constantly.
decision.
I mean, again, it's on a situation where G2 have got a weaker buy, but they're so happy to take aggressive fights and find the timings. They're playing with zero respect, and I think that's really knocking G2.
It's definite key.
30 seconds
Players
left.
though look their way up forwards. The gun might just give away the plot. Bang takes the timing.
Yeah.
And takes their
I mean,
heads
just
away.
every timing they get seems correct.
Spikes drop down in the middle of nowhere here. G2 don't really have a chance in hell. Jorgamo rips
Your
it from behind,
ulting?
has a dimensional drift.
No.
Considered but not ripped off. And the rate locking it. Oh,
Jesus Christ.
down and out.
The aim is insane.
Yeah.
Just like unbelievable. This is like it's making me think this game about like all of these other teams in like, you know, the eliminated teams. To think back to the teams that like got eliminated in the first couple stages. It's like a different game is being played.
And they're not anticipating these.
Like an actual different game.
To Sen's credit, are wonderfully timed.
I think the biggest difference
G2 have
from
talked a lot.
It's like Pong
Second
versus
one now.
tennis.
Kind of painfully
Yeah.
in the past about them
And
choking
that's
when it came
actually
to the
fact.
finish line in certain American
they're
tournaments
actually
before.
taking risks though, which is really nice. They're
gonna
not
have to
kind of
turn
just
this
waiting
around.
for things to happen. Like
Once more, no time to catch your breath. Jogan was all the way in with a dimensional
again,
drift,
like
and
Bang's
back
just
with the
pushing the
drift.
smoke.
Oh, bro.
Dominating the smoke positions. Out through the back as well as an Armageddon.
I mean, they've lost their mind a little bit there, G2. They look a little rattled, to be honest.
I think you're right. I think what you're saying before is correct. They just haven't been in the spot before, and that might just
for Jonah P.
it might boom them.
Victory. It's a 9-3 start to split.
Wow.
Utter domination. If you listen to the analysts on this show,
Did I
you'd
not
be
say that
expecting
G2 would
domination in
lose
this
to
match.
any team that could shoot back? And that Veet and Ed would own them with
Yeah,
pure
that's
aim?
not
Just kiss my boot already. It's try.
Let's go with $2.
They've brought their final form. G2 yet to show up.
What did you say?
Real confidence on display by Sentinels, and will they be able to keep that momentum
You
going?
said
That is the
G2
big
getting
question we
challenged.
find out
Hashtag
after
Sen
this.
win. What is this little tin pot?
No, it's a Beyblade dome. That's literally a Beyblade dome. I played on that shit in like 2006. That's so sick. That's where Kai lost to whoever the main villain is from Beyblade.
Why have they got a little tiny one? Why can't we just have the same one throughout and you just give it back? Why do you have to have a little tiny?
With little plaques on it? That'd be so nice. But nah, we gotta get creative. Let it rip.
It's another 9-3. I didn't even consider that. It's always 9-3.
I'm gonna be so pissed if SEN win Bangkok and then the rest of their season is shit again. Please tell me the ceiling of this team is higher than last year.
Is the ceiling of this SEN team higher than last year?
They have so many fucking super one-sided.
I don't know if this. I guess the ceiling is a little bit higher, but I don't think it's majorly higher than last year. I think it's a little bit higher because I think the rate is probably a bit better than Sassy. The floor is lower. Yeah, I could honestly see that. I could see the floor being a bit lower and the ceiling being a bit higher.
Sentinels love 9-3 as they're gonna be free. G2 are finals chockers as they play pure Valorant that is proper.
God, if G2 lose this, it would be very G2 to lose this game and then draw fucking EDG game 1 of Bangkok and get railed by an inform EDG as Kang refuses to lose. That would be very G2.
Time in that department on top of it.
G2 Vitality first match? No, because
at the same time,
Liquid will win.
Sen knew exactly what to expect in this game because they play almost exactly a mirror comp.
Yeah.
They had such amazing reads in the first half.
Heavy stack players from the G2 side. Salvos clearing out towards Ven. That's a fault line up on top of the
good cover by Lee.
Play and defend his teammate. Stuns are going to be fading, but flash into the face when the clone goes down. Still off to the round. Poor. Okay, push forwards all the way. JunQT.
JunQT's just a menace on pistol rounds, man. I swear to God.
Fight straight to them. They are cleaning
up
every
probably
possible
GG.
angle where a player could be hiding.
In a crazy game.
Leaves it down to Trent in that 1v4, and he's not anticipating the held position. John with 3.
I think Sideshow had the right point. That Sen are like just full disrespect. Like don't care. Just what if there's an aggressive play to be made? For the most part, we're gonna make it.
It's just Sen have turned up today. Some spots where you'd expect G2. From what we've seen so far, to get shot, you lose the round.
Lasaka 98, thanks for the 2 months.
And they're not here.
Colon 3.
The thing is though, like, right, they're doing this on split. They picked Pearl. Now, if you watch this game against MIBR, you'll know that their defense side on Pearl is the most passive thing that you could pick.
Weren't that convincingly dominant. There was always just one person alive at the end, even against Eco.
What's their? I'm just intrigued to know what is their Pearl defense side gonna look like. Are they gonna be super passive? Because if they are, then this is all gonna just go to waste. Because right now they're being aggressive, they're being decisive, they're taking chances, and it's generally paying off, right? Like, you know, for instance, Second just coming up here and B main alone, right? In theory, there could be 4 people here, but there you go, a chance taken.
Doubled up together, and as I said, it only handed over to Ghost. And that is just unaware of the space that could be taken.
And they're gonna get a free side from this round.
Timing from Jorg, slips his way right.
Look, gets a couple kills.
And those Elsis falls on the flank. This is going to be Sentinels for sure taking this up to 11. It's a question of who they want to prioritize the ult or
chances of a Liquid Sentinels final.
I'm so confused.
I mean, there's 8 teams. It is one of the possible combinations. I wouldn't say it's likely, because I don't think it's likely to pick any 2 teams to necessarily be the final, because you never know how it's going to play out.
There's John getting the kill. But the rest of them, they smoked B Heaven to make it feel
It's not a
like
1 in
all
8
B main
chance.
hit, and then they actually flashed up through mid into B Heaven. So hoping to try to catch some of the G2 players stood around in that spot looking towards B main. That's why Valin had no idea that B Heaven was taken. That smoke that was thrown from back.
See, the thing is, I'm going to become a SEN fan again if they win this.
Holy shit,
He is.
Cut the end of that off, but he is frying.
Yeah, he is frying.
That's probably what he meant to say.
That's not the word that I think that anyone has a problem with.
No, I can fill in the gaps.
Yeah, they just mute frying.
A quick play from Sen again.
Okay, G2 trying to get a little
Sen, I should say G2. That's going to be their util expended.
little
and all
play going.
Reclaimed. Poor position by Trent, just jiggling. Almost receiving a few bullets as well for the trouble, but Drone sets it forward.
G2 haven't lost a map yet, have they?
He's trying to be brave.
Walks up and gets the kill, I guess.
This will be interesting to see what happens
The
next.
Sentinels are ones in full control of the situation.
Because they will lose this map. And SEN are going aggressive on. Again, they've gone aggressive, right? Like Zekan, we're buying here. We're just going at it. You know, we're just feeling it. We're going for it. Now we have no smoke, so I think if you're SEN here, you'll sit down on the Viper wall.
Now they can focus heavily on
This is
A.
probably an okay call, but it has its own risks.
Great here, but a reminder that this is also pretty much a bonus.
This is where you'd love to have a Viper alive, because putting up this wall would create a lot of problems for G2. It's going to come down to Valin.
G2
Right has breached them, they got missiles.
Can you
hear them yet? Oh, Jogan was on its way as well.
Salva's going to make it that much more difficult. Spraying them down is the only chance he had. At least it takes one down, 2 to grave.
Now look, Zekan had the spike, so
again, the util is just perfect.
they still have a decent chance. He Yoru ults, so they're going to speed up. They're just going to run at him.
He's using it, getting the info, double drop down, backs to the possible position, but now they should know where these players might be still out in the open. It's Trent on an island and Jorg left to do it all. 1v2!
Yeah.
3-piece over.
Okay, GG. I mean, that's... I'm interested to see how G2 react to losing a map.
It's Sentinels up to that 12.
Every player on set is alive and playing some of their best Valorant. That
Feels like SEN came in with the map intended.
Entries have been fabulous.
Yeah, they got the stimulants going.
With his own individual performance.
See, this makes it hot. Like, if SEN just win this in like pretty dominant fashion, like what? Then it becomes quite hard to like rank teams.
I still think that G2 is the best team and it just had an off day on aim.
Almost impossible to stop.
Looks like they got the perfect read. It's a deep mid push by G2, but no players waiting for them towards that B site. G2 are going to be having to play this in a full 5v5 retake, safe plan. Tuck to the corner, a bit of spam.
I think the series will only say like better things about Sentinels than it will the way G2 plays, personally.
So, but you would still put like if SEN win this 3-0, let's say, you would still put G2 over SEN.
If SEN win this 3-0, that's a different. That's different. If they win like 3-2, 3-1,
too much to overcome into that spot.
Okay,
I would still put G2 ahead. I would have put them number 1 in the world, like everyone else is for power rankings and Bangkok.
rounds in a row to bring things to overtime.
I think it depends how these next go. It probably
If we're
depends.
thinking back to Sen's ridiculous 19-21 game that we saw in the match against MIBR,
hold up.
they went up 9-3
They beat
in that
SEN.
one, and they
beat
did
Lev.
toss a bit of a lead, but it wasn't a 12-3
They beat C9.
At some point, doesn't matter how well
I was looking
G2
at
are playing,
Heretics before and I was like,
they need Sen to
the most
unplug their
fraudulent
monitors, I think,
teams.
to lose this.
Yeah, Heretics, that was sad.
Despite winning it.
Yeah.
You can call it that silver lining, but okay.
I mean, I don't know. There's definitely a lot of questions in the air, but
now, ult offloaded nice and
like,
early,
all right,
so
you kind of messed up like a split attack half. Like, it's not
Oh
the
my
end of the
god!
day.
Wow, you actually ran into spawn. That's crazy.
Desperate play, I think.
It is.
Like this stuff is just loosey goosey, but like
wouldn't get any help.
That is the greed is unreal here. Yeah, the greed is the right word. I mean, to try and kill someone in spawn
I mean, winning this is really important for them too because they really want to secure.
Because like once he
champs,
sees
right?
that you're
So
still
don't
looking
get
at him here, like then they know, like, oh, they're trying to hunt me.
Kills found. Backs
So at that
himself
point,
up.
like Sen
The
should
more
be coming
points, the
back
better.
from anywhere. You have to kind of hope that they're all here, really.
With the player disadvantage. A lot of difficulties. 50-second mark into this round here. Sen
And obviously it's 12-4, so they have to use ults here.
walking away
G2.
here. Salva's going to be used
Oh.
out towards Vent, but G2 planted themselves into mid.
Okay,
They're
Lee
not
found a
taking
little
firm
gap, I think, in the
control of that
Salvos
area.
there. He looked in a bad spot for a
A little
second.
bit of info gathered towards mid, so they're not going to commit that rolling thunder. Going to have it for a retake.
30 seconds left.
Lot on Valen. Still Armageddon. Forced to respect it. TP forward. Zekken cuts up the angles, cuts up the gap, and a perfect flash at that.
So good.
Spam gives him that
Then
time.
oh, they did get off the
Sentinels,
ult,
they can feel
but
it. It's blood
it's
in the
GG.
water, and they are hunting it down. Trent
Unless
slightly ajar there. Leaf tucks himself down to hell. Wait a second. Spoke too soon, but Zekken might be able to salvage this operation. And with it, an early finish to that map. Fake TP trips him out.
well, that was. Is 13-4 just the score of the day? That was certainly a map of Valorant.
Yeah.
I think I know why
They look
G2 are
so
struggling.
fast. I can't even say that G2's not aiming well. The Sens just look fucking insanely fast.
I think I might
Crispy.
understand why G2 are struggling. Remember last week when I put Paper Rex players in my team? Hmm. Yeah, that was a rough one. That was not ideal. I mean, they did like this could have been a. I mean, I say that then Trent won a 1v2. I'm just remembering the 1v1s that they won there, but I guess actually G2 won 2 1v-X's as well, so can't really say too much. Yeah, that was certainly a
The
performance.
script writers of EMEA and Americas might be the same, or they just copy-pasted it from Liquid D.
I mean, at the start of the game, it felt like a really kind of, high intensity, like, very good game. And then from this point on, like round 8 on, Sen just kept up that intensity. It really kind of changed on,
Hello.
who was it?
Money.
The round 4 one against Jonah, I think, was pretty big. The 1v1. That felt like a bit of a turning point in the series, but Sen was certainly aiming. And I like this, it's still my hold up with G2, like what happens in big games to them? What if they are just chokers? Andy, thanks for the $2 Australian. Team Heretics and G2 have both developed severe ED, erectile dysfunction. I think they just got kind of sprinted down on there. In a strange way. Right, instead of this song, let's pick another random Discord song. The one I was playing earlier was a bit of a bop, I thought. There's a couple in here that are a bit of a bop. I like this one.
It's all boiled down to this. Masters Bangkok, we can't miss. Sticky plays, hearts aflame, we're glued, locked into the game. Made in Brazil, they're on the rise. Beat Glue 9, evil glue, no surprise. Leviathan stuck in the past. Meteors climbing fast, built to last.
Sentinels thrashed 100 glue sticks. Loud got muted with clean sharp tricks, but G2's grip was way too strong. Lower bracket, but they still belong. Glue sniffing kids lost in the hype. Sticky fingers can't hold the fight. Me bar send side by side, clashing hard with region pride. We're glued to the screen, can't look away. Bangkok dreams one shot.
Co-worker music. You don't like this one? I
Sentinels might.
think this one's nice.
Break the glue. Win the fight. 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 Glue it tight. Hold on strong. Win the fight. Stick it, click it, play insane. Break the mold, erase the pain. Sideshow's bold head shining bright. Tory takes.
Tory takes. What's the next one?
Yeah, G2.
Maybe right. That line gets me.
That they displayed on the defensive side.
Tory takes maybe right.
By paying attention to G2 on attack, this is an important round for them. Economy is on the line, and in addition to that, take note of the two ultimates they have, the Cosmic Divide and that Armageddon. They're posted up outside of A to start the round off the
When
top.
Leaf stopped live gaming to win the matches and they played someone with hands they crumble, who would have guessed?
Yeah, but Leaf is also very good.
Standard, you have Jonah here on that fault line. There it is, standard line. You get the guided salvos in as well. G2, they're able to start taking this space up a ramp, fight forward off of the wall that Leaf had placed there.
Calling it now, Benji will leave Team Heretics after the season and join Fnatic.
That is a bold claim.
Back to A main here, grouping up.
I mean,
with
Benji's had a rough
so now to go a
kickoff.
little bit ahead, G2 cut noise, they contact forward, and then comes this explosion of ultimates at the top. You have the Armageddon to clear elbow, and any players retreating into screens. Cosmic Divide splits up the site, makes it free for them to get in.
You think Alpha's gonna leave Fnatic?
He wants to try and catch some sort of timing play around the wall.
If Alpha leaves Fnatic, then it's Jova.
G2 right
well,
now,
if Leo isn't
scaling
playing.
into the site, you can see that the plant is coming in for heaven. So they're going to want to be able to get up ramp to get back into that proper angle where they can easily spam the spike. Now this is a crucial moment. Zekken pops his dimensional drift, gets in, and realizes that on this minimap, it is only Jaw in the site. This is an opportunity for the rest of SEN.
They were scrimming with Sugetsu earlier?
In the meantime, there's a rotation coming from Celsius, where he's going to go back up into heaven, with the team now realizing it's planted for heaven by G2. He's going to try to nullify that by picking up a good angle there. So here's Sen scaling it to site.
Instead of
and now
who?
they're getting on the spike early, getting the util out of the enemy Taeho. And this is the crucial
Why
moment.
would Calming Call get rid of Sugetsu?
While they're on the spike, notice Bang's positioning right now. He's going to teleport up
Like, why would
heaven
Calming
to set up
Call
a crossfire
get rid of
with
Sugetsu?
Celsius. So when
Makes
G2
no sense.
tried to get in there to have the angle
Instead
on
of
the
Elma
spike,
Buddy?
they just get destroyed. It's Valen left it in main. Nothing they can do. The pathing there from Sen to be able to shut down that plant for heaven was lovely. They win around breaking the economy of G2, and they get two big ultimates out of them. Wow. It was that defensive half that was just stellar from Sen.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think that without a doubt, this is not what we had anticipated coming in.
Fnatic Doombros I cream, says
But
Kexi.
to see G2 really just feel out of place in that.
Why is Mimi not glued to a chair? I think that'll happen to Bangkok. What's this weird camera angle?
A good plan out the gate, but it's always a
Why have we
risk
got?
when
Why have we
you're
got?
picking a map that you haven't
I mean,
played
I'm
yet
on GB's
into
head,
official
but
for the first time,
just a strange
especially
angle.
in such a high stakes map. The round you showed was excellent coordination from Sentinels, and that was the stuff that was missing in some of those earlier games. They hadn't seen G2 play this comp, but they play it themselves. They do such a good job.
Will Mimi glue herself to a chair? I don't know. I'm gonna bring it up. I think Mimi's on plat chat.
Confidence, which is a continuation from their last game. And Celsius,
I'll certainly bring it up on plat chat, so the people are aware.
Has been so much more coordinated, and now
Hold on, let me see. Is Mimi on plat chat when I'm on?
Losing the fundamentals in the midst
Mimi
of
is
so
on
much
EMEA when I'm
as a
on,
team,
so
the utility that went out the window against teams earlier in the bracket like Loud,
yes,
who were just more
I will
focused on
bring up
shooting them with crossfires. That
that
was
Mimi
Sen's
said
unbeaten, but not now. They are so much more refined.
But they're also having that confidence, Bang fighting into smoke.
she will glue herself to a chair.
Taking the risks that they
I mean,
sometimes
I
need
already
to
ate
come
part
out
of a
on top of
chapstick.
these rounds. And For Celsius, this is such a meteoric performance in the MIBR series and now.
I mean, yeah, Celsius has been unbelievable these past couple of games.
That last BO5 in the lower bracket, and now this first map of our America's kickoff finals. He is on an absolute heater right now and is doing so much more than just being the emotional leader to keep his team in these games and win that first dominant map against G2.
Yeah, that and dominant it was. And if you were coming into this one expecting G2 to walk away with this one potentially 3-0, well, you are sorely mistaken.
Let's see what Sen's
a series here because G2 esports Sentinels, well, Sen is up 1-0. This can go either way.
Let's see what Sen's defense side on Pearl is.
Of this grand finals.
We're going to a break? We are. Fuck it, let's play global in the time. Iraq. 1385. Let's go Europe again. 1385. Let's go San Marino. Not San Marino. 560 from San Marino. 560. Switzerland, do you think? 560 maybe? I think that might be a little close. France, maybe? Maybe like a... I think Austria would be too close. Maybe a Liechtenstein. Actually, yeah, let's go Liechtenstein. Liechtenstein is cooler. So it's not France. If Liechtenstein is cooler, then it's probably to the east. Maybe like Bosnia? But is that too close to you? Okay, Bosnia is slightly closer than San Marino. Is it Malta? Is that... Let's go. Easy. In easy. In 5 again.
He must find value. He looked like the best player in Americas over the course of kickoff. Even better than Aspas, who is breaking kill records, I would say. Leaf was still having more impact, reading the game perfectly, dominating opponents. And he needs it here.
Yeah.
If they want that trophy.
It's got to rear its head. It's all well and good. Listen.
Okay, let's take a look. Hopefully G2 are on attack.
G2. We need to see that step up.
I want to see their
On an
defense.
individual basis as well.
I suppose the cope would be we hadn't seen
they're
them
on
play
the-
split, so maybe they were always bad at split. But we have seen them play Pearl. And we know that while both of these squads are good, Sen at times have found it quite difficult to hold on. Although
I mean, their attack side isn't that like their attack side is pretty good. So I mean, I know they struggled in overtime on their attack side, but I don't think it's overly bad. This B exec is pretty bad, to be fair. And here you go again.
I'm back when I missed. What the fuck?
You missed Sen just doing their classic B exec get destroyed as soon as they enter the site.
We're back. Let's
Sen's
go.
attacking rounds, when they do these B execs, have a couple of different options, and a lot of it comes down to where they want to put Zekken. Do they want to flash through the smoke in case
So
there's somebody playing a tight
this B
crossfire
exec,
right
they
into the
definitely need to
smoke?
work on.
Do you want to try to
When they
send Zekken
when they
with
do
the teleport
everything
back
else,
walls
like if they
and
do a
take
B
fight
split,
against someone
or if
like
they do an A
Valorant, he's gonna
split,
be
or if they do a
Isn't
full
it
A
the
exec,
last time?
those aren't too bad.
There's fade tail shit
based on what they think
that I
G2 are
genuinely
doing.
don't like at all.
This round, G2 went for a refight
Yes.
off the back of Jonah P's flash.
They're still playing the
Worked
same comp.
magnificently.
Why don't you like Fade Tail?
I just don't think it
Down
syncs
Sen either,
that
so-
well on this map,
Full control on the eco for them over towards A main.
personally.
As we mentioned prior on split, a lot of priority being
Was
placed
that your
on trying
impression
to
of
earn
me,
these
or was that
ults,
just an
especially
impression of
potential
general British
Going
fans?
against double Sentinel's gonna be
I
one
spent
of
like
the
a lot
only
of time
ways you can break
in
through and try
Europe,
and increase the tempo,
and for some reason
play
I
a bit
just
faster.
randomly just put an accent on different words because
Trent's one of those
everyone I
players where
spent
he's going to be
time with
using
on
the drone
broadcast
to
spoke in
re-clear
a
through A main
English accent.
a ton, and so it is important from a macro sense that Sen push him back at the start of the round and force out that drone re-clear early, where they could still be re-hitting. I think so far so good from John's IGLing. And it looks like this B setup's going to be tested again once more. Valen in backside.
What's the option with Zek?
I just want more agents on these guys,
going for the holes
or on Sentinel's side that just kind of have the ability to just shoot off the set play.
Anti-flash, or at least the dodge from Valen. It's quick.
So I mean, this one obviously is just an eco, but again, it's another B exec that doesn't go great.
It's an impossibility for John at this point. Jonah P's going to step up. He's the one who needs the kills, but he'll be happy as well, just dying. His team can make sure to salvage some of that weaponry.
Like imagine in the last map, if Bang was on Astra, it would probably not have gone even similarly to how these guys play Split.
Bonus round for G2 coming up.
I don't hate the comp personally. I mean, I think that these two are leaning into. I mean, obviously the Chamber's a little off kilter, but I think leaning into Vice. You know, both these teams play quite a lot of Teo, quite a lot of Vice, and I think that they've got the right read in general. A lot of Yoru. I think they've got the.
It's a hell of a amount of damage.
It's a really interesting Vice wall here. I don't think I've seen this one before. So you got Thorns on one side, Vice wall other with a flash over here. Second TP'd, I'm not sure if you heard it.
This is a nice play indeed.
He's alive.
Down on the single, they're just going to be regenerating back up and alive.
That was
G2
fortunate.
trying to opt into the retake, making sure that they hold on to control towards the back and Art. Be able to put the squeeze down onto the Sentinels players.
Now Zekken, do they suspect him? No.
I mean, does he not know?
Narray not expecting it still.
Are they asleep?
Players are lining themselves up now.
What happened?
Did he see him?
It's a 2v2 at that, slipping around the corners, 1v1. Bang versus Leaf. Sees his players, the position's noted. Bang out wide, Hunter missing. Rattling, the leg fire.
Oh my god, what? How has he won that?
Leaf on the board.
What?
And G2 with the round win. It's not pretty at the end there.
What?
But Leaf has used his movement quite well to bait out shots from Bang and secure the damage.
That was a very strange.
Clean headhunter one tap that we've seen from him earlier on, but he got the job done.
And Sen here a little muddy.
Jorg finding his timing, just wandering into backside, willing to take a risk in that spot.
You doctor? Oh my.
Let's put the pressure out immediately onto Sentinels here. Once more,
okay.
Economy.
Yeah, I actually thought that.
Are we gonna go for another Bucky play? They have to be ready for it. I mean, they literally went Bucky, Yoru, ulting down A every round.
Flourishing in terms of that money, but so that ult earned up all that prior work that was being put down by Sentinels. So second.
So they're just gonna give him the full space.
Potentially for a win and a threat there. Oh, he's going for it, man. I mean, that's just a close.
What is he doing?
Well. Leaf was knife out
I mean, he did that a couple times against MIBR and it did work, but
it's one of those awkward situations where you turn around a corner and bump into somebody and you've thrown their handbag all over the floor.
But like,
he wasn't expecting to see someone.
I respect the play.
why? Also, why are we going for a Vice ult against an eco?
Where was he going? He was all the way into their spawn.
Yeah, that is.
I've seen quite a few teams do this now.
I mean, well, same for Jorg.
Maybe to cancel out, like, hey, if they want Stinger or Marshall.
Yorus have swapped positions.
Yeah, but is that big of a deal?
X-ray and my brain's being turned into a pretzel.
Surely you're gonna get more value from it when they're on a gun round.
End up seeing Sentinels group up to try to
It's
make
true,
something happen.
but like, secure round plus it's the 4th round. You can get another one like very soon. Relatively very soon. I agree with you, though. I'm just devil's advocate. Thinking a reason. What is the fucking brainwave of everyone in this game right now?
Normally going to go for that mid rotate.
I need a doctor, please.
Deep ball as well, critically. Peace of mind in terms of no one
you let him
stepping
get
over the line,
across.
but Jonah P goes up and over the top of him.
Wow.
His time was really getting quite short. Celtics doing.
I mean, they've literally killed what 3 G2 players without even having guns out.
Guns being picked up as well. Inside the
Massive thrifty by Sen. A bit of a mistake-filled round by G2. Bit of a lack of discipline, but this is the thing. It's a bit.
So did I. I mean, look at this is how we open the round. Then Jorgamo throws his life away.
It's a bit strange because on Split, Sen didn't need to do anything kind of clever or interesting because they were just winning. You know, in terms of like whatever idea one was tended to go fairly well for Sen. That actually puts them on an eco now. So like again, you use this Vice ult when it did nothing against them. Like this is a round where it would have done a lot against them.
For G2 running this double center.
I do like that he's mixing up the setups here. I do like that from
Thing is in the hands of a few of these G2 players. They've got a lot to try and push back now. There's a ton of util waiting, but an Armageddon at the back feet. Time being taken, knives out, just trying to evacuate and clears the way. Sen. Variety of thorns as well.
The whole garden, holy shit.
Wow. Slows down the approach.
This is a big investment from Jorgamo.
He's committing it. Dimensional drift, despite the weaponry not being too good. Cuts up into the corner to Rico Star. And our players ready to meet their match. Up close here is Jonah P. Not enough to spray it down. Just collapsing onto the players. The attempt by G2 with that retake. And Leaf is late to the party. Late to the party indeed. Earned up.
We've seen a couple, like, maybe just over-commitments of ults, like, not... I understand, like, yeah, it is round 4, round 5, you want to basically use them ASAP, like, that is theoretically correct, but I think there is also a minimum level of value we have to expect to use it.
A weird one, a wild one.
That we're maybe not getting from some of these ults right now.
Let's go! And technically, G2 is still in the lead, but these last couple of rounds are not looking good. Leaf
Okay, Leaf goes for an ult.
Take
Again, I like that they're mixing up the Vice. I think that's pretty good. I think Leaf, you know, they haven't really seen the chamber, you know, do that, basically.
So this is where things changed for G2 last time. It was kind of the same thing happened, right? It was like even rounds, Leaf got an op, and then the whole game just ended.
Being contested. Prowler just to make
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what SEN do, because again, I don't like if Jesus Christ.
Like G2 actually looked worse the last time they were on pro against them.
Okay,
wow.
Double missed shots there from Leaf, and a really difficult shot to hit the second one.
And these players are just
feels a bit scrappy here. This is not normal G2.
Tapestry just unraveling before our eyes, and leaves it just to the three of them. Valiant has to go
We're doing a lot of like
danger spot to do it as well.
Just hope you get a kill, and if you don't, we lose.
Completely for Sentinels.
And we are losing.
There's no polite way to say it, but listen, maybe Trent can be that savior.
What the? He thought that the second shot was coming or something?
No, I think with the smoke time was a little bit too late from Bang. I think he called him smoking you off, you can move.
Jonah is being very thorough with the clearance here.
He just caught it right before he came down. Like 3-frame difference.
There's the potential for the timing as well. Go wrong for Sentinels, but Jonah P onto that angle, bang.
Dude, I mean, another win. I mean,
he's gonna swing you.
Steps it up. Gonna be hard committed.
They're just taking the fight from such shit.
Yeah, they are winning a lot of the fights right now, Sen. Again.
The clutch potential.
So, I mean, we go 3 in a row for G2, now 3 in a row for Sen.
If it's not February 8th past 6 p.m. Eastern,
and
I swear Jonah wins that fight. I swear.
Josh RT
and again,
has got to get in the ear of the G2 players right now, because they're not playing up to scratch. If they want a chance of being able to lift a trophy,
like there's just
got to be seeing better stuff out of them than this. Trent does admirably in this spot. I mean, no qualms with what he's doing here, but. To lose
again though, but like it felt like in their other games, like instead of Leaf just like dry swinging that angle, there would have been, you know, it would have been like a double swing with Leaf as he's swinging, and not just him swinging the op. Like, and then it would be like, if you kill Leaf, I at least get a trade there, right? Whereas we're not seeing that. It seems a little rushed. I think, like as if they're not talking about it, as if they're not like properly understanding each other and what they want to do, and then SEN have the aim to just like punish that, right? SEN are a good enough team to punish when G2 actually make mistakes. Because like there, they got the first kill. Like it couldn't have started any better, right? Like their Yoru just walked into our chamber with an op and we killed him. Great. You know, we know that we've seen enough of this SEN B exec to think it's not fully polished. They, you know, maybe need to think of some other idea with this. So it's interesting that they're 4-stacking B, because I mean, I almost doubt SEN do another full B exec, to be honest.
And that's what Kaplan's
Let's see what they cooked up. We're gonna go for another like
return to some of the top
double TP play. Oh, we didn't.
blind, and you hear the drone as
Can you
well,
give
has
me
to
a
be
small
respected.
summary on a
Outside, here's G2. It was a
TLTH
very
game and
forward
how
approach.
SEN
It's a
actually
nice
got a
idea,
map?
actually, from G2.
Team Heretics just
Focus on
were
Leaf.
mentally
Leaf teleports
boomed
away, and then actually he was
and
baiting all
never
along
stood
for
a chance.
Jormo. But Sen
And Team
cleared
Liquid
it
played pretty
with a
good.
flash and a drone.
And Sen, what do you mean
Really
how
good
they got a map?
awareness
They
from Sen.
destroyed them.
Diffuse that
I mean, it was
trap.
just they just
And now you look at the A side. It is
destroyed
theirs
them
for
in
the
every
taking.
way.
Yeah. Well, that heavy emphasis
Like
with bodies.
G2
making sure that they can
maybe a
hold down
little
the
off
bomb.
it,
They've
but
got
Sen were very
very
much
little
not
in terms
off
of
it.
the way of information.
Sen were the opposite of off it.
In theory, coming into this game, G2 more
They're
time
gonna
to
find the
prep.
right call here as well.
Odds to watch. You're thinking that G2 should be the ones coming out with the ante, but Sen have had such great awareness of what G2's tricks are.
Look at this from Sentinels, man. You're up
And
against
again,
Stingers,
just-
and yet you're still opting in to the close quarters fight as well. Just ripping them to shreds! It's relentless! They're not stepping back. Not giving G2 even a chance for a weakness that they can potentially capitalize off, and an ace. Possibilities opened up. Second could go for it, flash into the face. They know that leaps up onto the site, and he's lurking, creeping, crawling behind. There's a Prowler to deal with every single angle.
They're giving it a second.
Slowly closing in.
I mean, what a good
Staring
read
at each other.
on where the op is.
The way that this round has ended and the way that
Really
it
good
played
read on
out,
the
I think
reactions again.
showcased
It's like the
difference
third
in
round where
mentality between these
Okay,
two
let's
teams.
they
let's
perfectly know exactly what G2's gonna
Senna-
react with.
Confident, loose. In fact, arguably a bit overconfident in these spots. Every
Yeah.
time they've been up against a G2 eco, they actually push forwards, take the aggro, take the risk. That can be dangerous. It can cause you to get ecoed and lose your momentum, but it is consistently catching G2 off guard because it's not what they're expecting.
No, the expected play is what G2 live and breathe.
Okay, they might be a bit suspicious.
And the high risk, high reward plays are just working out over and over and over again. And Sen are hitting like this.
Tejo drone completely cleared B long. I mean, utterly cleared B long. So they're not worried about the operator being there. They know that it's somewhere.
Oh,
around
maybe
mid,
Nere
but
wasn't
Nere
suspicious
believes in
enough.
his haunt maybe a little too much. Although that was
Yeah.
going towards Art. Maybe
I
just
would have
getting in
thought that,
position for a
like, they
Prowler.
might, especially the
But
second one when
G2
Jogan shot it from
wow.
here. I would have thought maybe Narrate could have figured that out.
Actually had that first kill advantage. It's a 5v4 now that they get.
Okay, again, 5v4. We're gonna get Yoruwalt on the side.
Of Sentinels the last few rounds here.
The thing
Vengeful
is,
Drift now committed.
like in this comp, apart from Bang doing some really cool stars, there isn't as big of a threat of like, you know, kind of like breach stun, Teo missile
And
combos.
again, push forwards. It's out of the frying pan into the fire. And Trem will attempt to return it.
Bang with the
First
second
drop
one here.
second.
Bang
Flash,
is very
not
alone.
quite dodge. Bang is super alone right now. Sidestep towards it. Backup arriving. G2 doing damage, weakening it up. John QT's having to sidestep this with a Hunter's Fury up in his face. Cosmic Divide. And John QT ahead of it. Thorns buying that space, buying that timing. Dart broken and dealt with. Cuts it up close here. It's going to come
Sen
down
are
to the
looking
gunfights.
scary, Zelsius and Narrate are shooting back really well, and John's calling is on point.
They do it. It's a high-low setup and swinging right through, and just not
Nicely
set
done
up
by
very
G2.
far.
That's like what the
Not with
G2
wall
you
in your
expect,
face,
right?
not the
Like
thorns.
really good timing on the
Feet
double
kind of
swing.
working against him there. So
A
G2,
good util.
they answer back. They get that fourth. They're going to make it even in this map.
What would you predict right now, Shio? Who you favoring
Senna
right
taking
now?
risks, not quite managing to pay off. They were
G2
looking for this
at this
aggression
current moment, just off of that
to
round
deliver
specifically, actually.
results. And instead, it's one where it flies
If you
back
asked
in
me
their
one round
face
ago, I
and
would have said
Sen end
Sentinels.
up looking a little separated.
That was a good round.
Leaf picks up the operator again.
Now they're going to be one gun short here.
Swapping things around, a deeper trademark.
I think that they're
placement.
slowly
Normally
realizing like what
sit
type
that
of
one a
Sentinels they're actually
little more
facing. They're not just
passively. This time pushing it up so that Sen can't
facing
explode with Vice Ultimate
who
in
they
an
were
A-split.
fighting before, basically. I think they were just unprepared for this matchup, but
Got a rendezvous just set.
Sen's starting to play
Towards the
a
back
very
of
specific
Link.
pattern now
He's
that
looking for
I
Narrate
think they're going to
again,
punish.
basically.
Potential to go for the P, but he did that last round, so he doesn't want to be too predictable. Needs to mix it up. Sen, though, all eyes towards mid, taking our control. Prowler spots it out, so they know exactly where that operator is going to be lying. Good tag, Zekken. Still want to try and take this fight. Looks likely they're going to be using you to
nice
top
play.
of it and leave. He's just
Good timing by Sen. Nice play.
Yeah, he was worried about that split coming through Art, through mid, and around behind him.
Now Jorg can
Pushing
still
Trent
be a big
completely
part
out
of this
through
round.
water there,
He's outside
made
of the
Leaf's
ult as
position
well.
look bad. Now
Jorg
Jorg is the last hope for G2. He's got a weird spot here in A main.
He has to dominate this fight. If he wins this one out, Means that A main is not going to be safe for him, and he does
Okay,
win
big
it
win.
out. So bang, drop. No more smokes
Now
for
he
the play
ults
around.
himself.
We'll see if Sen have the protocols to try and reclear this one, but Dimensional Drift is earned up, so Jorgemon can get out back to safety. Spots him out. 2 through main. Doesn't know where the last is, but Zelsis is a common position to play indeed. They've been watching the VODs. They're going to know he's around time. Dwindling,
Okay, they now know where all are.
The longer they take, the more stall that Sen are going to be operating off of. Jorgemon, he's left with his head on a swivel. He knows that there's that potential for the reflank, but you can already hear it ticking away with the spike in hand. Gunplay in order. And shots need to be fired. Bodies need to topple. G2 need to really win this one out. Defend that defuse that's really coming through. And Fallin.
Okay, again, goodbye G2. So we've seen
and they take the lead.
good rounds from... This was a good round by both sides, I would say. The initial idea by Sen is pretty good. And that retake is very good by G2 as well. I mean, Jorgemon obviously is a massive part of winning that round. And they hadn't really done that yet, right? They hadn't had this, like Jorgemon up in A main on his own.
And the positioning in the post plan is very predictable. As you said, Zelsis is always going to be over towards Art.
Bro, these kids are playing so scrimmy, bro.
That's actually such a great comment, though, from Leaf, because it shows what we're...
I mean, they are, and yeah, they are pushing things. They are, you know, playing at a high tempo. I mean, that shouldn't be the case, really, in 2025. You would hope that people in scrims would play how they, you know, would play in a real game, but... Is pull heavy offense heavy or defense? I mean, I am intrigued to see Sen's defense. I want this to be a close half, which it has been so far, so that we get at least... I need to see a decent portion of Sen's defense, because I need to see if... Because here's the thing, right? If they're just going to give, like... If they're going to play like how they did against MIBR, they've already lost. Because they need 9 on attack.
If you lose it, people are running it down.
If you're losing, you're learning.
Right, but in a match, it actually does have weight. It has importance.
When was the last time you accidentally peed your bed? You know, I can't ever remember wetting the bed. I'm sure I did as a child, but I don't ever remember doing it. So I'm going to say when I was fairly young.
The experience of having the wins in the past. Something to draw on from prior experience. I mean, Sentinels have
What the fuck? I did it last month? Yeah, but Devoin, I don't think you're like the normal human experience.
Yeah, a lot of the needs to be committed. Okay.
Oh, and then the missiles into where the TP is.
Slowing down in the slightest. Wants to try and take
Cool
these
idea.
angles back and away from them, but TP backs.
So yeah, Sen have kind of avoided that B. I mean, that we've seen a lot of A hits and A splits.
Trent going for the drone. Armageddon. It's going to clear out most of the way into pit, but it pours and it pushes the players in forwards into it. That's a deep flash. Jorgemon wanted to take the fight straight to them, but players are ready for it. Even out on a flash was just slightly off
hell?
in the smoke. Yeah, didn't quite get the value he was looking for here. Still, it's going to be darts and util ricocheting outwards. Finally dropped and dealt with. TP's on top of it. Everybody playing back and away now. Sin getting themselves into that post, and he's just using the salvos here to start. Recall. John lucky to cross and lucky to keep his life intact. There's bullets flying down on top of him. Nightfall, not quite. That's going to be the steel.
That's going to help with the retake. They need the guns.
Almost certainly. Pushed back, just a pull. It's going to be minus time for them. Still,
wow, big win.
Second. He's the one with the rifle swinging wide and around.
Big win for Sen. Nice.
And then like the next round, they just look lost. Like.
Maintain control and that composure, even when G2 are happy to lay down the ults, happy to lay down that pressure.
No one taps, even though they see the star on the ground.
It too, didn't he? Managed to dip out in A main and came back still with the Phantom in hand.
It feels like if either side, no, but there's like moments of like if either side makes a small mistake, then both teams are good enough to punish it.
Whether that's a comms issue.
If Sen can drag G2 into mud, imagine Liquid. TMV, you know what's
I think
coming.
Sentinels is showing a lot of depth on this map comparatively to last time face G2 with what they're trying to do.
Okay, now they're on an eco as well.
Actually forcing these guys to adapt for once rather than just leave, go kill someone.
Money just rolling for them.
Okay, they go for a mid aggro.
Push from G2
No, you won't see this from Sen. This will not happen with Sen. No fucking chance.
Rate's gonna be able to hit.
Again, I do generally like how
for like 4 games and like sucked the soul out of him. Took his powers and are just better now.
Got a dimensional drift forward as well. Double step up.
I do generally like how they've used the Vice and the Vice wall.
Order, but still, Sen are going to get easy and open access to this B site. There's no one holding to try and anchor. It's a retake flash that's planted up onto the high ground by Jonah P.
Now this should be. I mean, to be honest, they should just actually die to the spike.
Full offside play from Sen.
And just say you're not going to have ults for the last round. We're not going to give you ults for the last round.
Available from Valen.
There should be no way they can win this.
It's fast from G2.
I guess Leaf is the one.
Backside, back halls, they know that there's going to be players. Corral pushed up into the corner. Leaf's going to be spotting at least a few of them. And, oh no, revealed and spammed
Well,
out.
that should be that.
Box, not a sufficient defense. And the rifles, as we said, happy to play into it here for Sentinels. They know they've got the util. And with that firepower advantage, it's just inevitability.
That B execute is one that was allowing G2 a couple of rounds at the beginning of this half. We saw them run it in round 1 and round 3, I believe.
Okay, 6-5.
And G2
Sen can scrape out another and win defensive pistol. Maybe they do have a chance. But again, I'm hoping that that defense was just like a one-off. They had a bad game. They were caught in the moment. Aspas was, you know, frying them. Fucking when he was saving in overtime.
G2 would need to win this one just to tie things up here.
So John's 2 off ult, Narrate's 2 off ult.
Towards A. There's no pushback from G2, just a few shock darts.
The reaction though from mid, Leaf, Jorg walking up.
All the way out. Back spotted just onto the shoulder. He's going to have to B-hop his way to safety and leave. This is disrespect. Fighting fire with fire. It's been a thorn in the sides for G2.
Wow, and Bang turns around and hits it.
Yeah, they got the read. I was just saying we hadn't
Now
seen
we get
Leaf
this push up. Again, we have not seen a lot of B hits. It has been mostly A hits. They did it in the first 2 rounds. They did it against a massive eco.
At the same time, though, G2 have full knowledge that everyone on
But you can tell that they aren't very confident in this.
Bang, very cautious, extremely diligent reclear through mid, through spawn. Wondering if
now at this point, I'm a bit surprised almost Celsius hasn't come back and put the wall behind them.
Thinking about it, but at the moment he's just playing to contain and playing.
They're kind of having to sacrifice
Bang
here a little bit.
If they rotate back to B, and it's allowing G2 to keep this triple stack on the A site. Danger not fully averted here through John's calling.
Sen going to be setting themselves up. There's no time for a pivot either. We're down to 30 seconds roughly.
Contact in.
But they're calling for contact. It's quiet. All for Sentinels, and they're hoping that somebody just opens themselves up, but that's going to be the call made. Forwards pressing the advantage that potentially they've got, but it is chaos all across the site.
And now these two, hold on. Bang's got a free kill.
Fight on the flank.
But they have no time. And how's he lost that? So now...
left in that impossible scenario. He's jumping around, he's leaping around, util out into his hands.
Oh wait, we choked him. Surely.
Yeah, it's just ran short.
Oh, no time. We're chilling.
So 6-6.
Woo!
Ending the half with a bit of a whimper, but G2 will
okay, 6-6, bit of a strange end.
Their performance there. It's still not what we've seen from them thus far in kickoff, but more resistance shown. More rounds in this half than they got in the whole of the whole of Split. Sorry. Sen is still looking sharp though.
That was a better half than we had last time.
Yeah,
exactly what I'm saying. Exactly what I'm saying.
Okay, 6-6. I mean, I think this is still winnable for I mean, both teams really, but I think, again, I need to see Sen's defense side. Are they just going to sit back the whole time and do nothing? Maybe it was just an anti-strat against MIBR that really didn't work. I don't know.
Yoshi, a little bit better of a game here, Masa. I'm going to come to you first. How are you feeling about the game? How's Sen looking so far? What do you think the outcome's going to be?
Dude, they're looking collective. They're like one unit right now. Honestly, I think we're going to have a great BO5 on our hands. Yeah.
All right, Tarek, talk to me about what Zelsis is kind of making you feel right now. This guy is just popping off.
Oh, he's giving me feelings that I haven't felt in a long time. Honestly, I'm proud of him more than anything. I don't know what he's changed up in his game or his routine, but he's just really sharp right now, and it's impressive because he always shows up when the pressure's on. So
go Valorant.
Big shout out to Zelsis. He's that guy. So round of applause for him.
And Masa, maybe your first time, I'm not sure, I can't remember, but are you enjoying it? How's the venue been? What's it been like?
Dude, it's been amazing. The energy's great. From both sides of the team, loving it. Yeah, it's a great time.
Heck yeah. Tarek, yesterday I talked to Rob for a moment, and I just want to kind of get some clearance on this. You also said you may not come today.
But yo, Fabio, look who it is with 14 months.
Is that, or aura
Hello.
there? Are the planets aligning for you now? What's going on?
Yeah, I don't think I'm a jinx. That's the problem, and that might be the problem actually. No, but it's the grand finals, and we've already qualified for Bangkok, and I wanted to be here to support the team, so that's why I came out. But I'm praying that they can keep up this form. So let's see it. Let's see.
Are you going to be going to Bangkok?
I will be at Bangkok. I will be. I will be. Yeah. So
He's going to be.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Masayoshi. Any last words?
Go Sen.
There it is. Go
And Andy with the $2 Australian. Go Valorant is what he should have said. What? $3 Australian. Sorry. I'd like to shout out Dragon Slayer. He's iron. I've seen a couple people. What's this Dragon Slayer guy been saying? I just hate Sen. I don't care about being an aura or something. Oh, is he just a Sen hater who's getting on everyone's nerves?
Weak point. He was
Honestly, I'm down for that.
Playing this B-Link position, but
Let him talk.
I don't know if he
Yeah,
had
you
the
will
mix
still
or
cope
if he's
because
been,
G2 is already
taking the cold
qualified for
showers or
Masters.
whatever it is to get ready for this
I
game,
don't
but
even care if they lose
we'll
this.
let
They
Tarek
just
do
did
the
enough
investigative
and can
journalism
plan
on
for
that.
Masters.
For us, just witness the difference.
Dragon Slayer needs to chill out, brew.
Stepping forwards.
Oh, Sen trying hard to save their faces, man. Such a try-hard team. I mean, they're literally getting paid. So I would hope they're gonna try.
Realizing that A main is pushed, B should be weak.
Last catches, that's information. Celsius getting that
It would
one
be
off,
strange
but
if they
still
didn't try.
into the side
Oh wait,
G2.
we're playing
You
full
hear it now,
offside?
rumble of the
Hold on.
footsteps. John QT, get the salvos primed, but it's not something you can really use off of just the sound cue to try and deny the plan. They're a bit too slow for that.
Activity in the post plan. Good to see from G2. They got red last time by Sentinels on split.
It's all about catching that player right there. So
Oh,
Celsius
that's a nice
taking out
first
this
kill
lane
from
position.
G2, getting
A lot of
active.
control for G2, and the flashes are beautiful on that. They're meeting them pound for pound with these pistols in hand.
That's shock
Shot
dart.
darts rebounding.
Now
Good
3v1
company
should
of
be
Utah.
impossible.
And John is left to pick up those pieces, see if he can forge a path to victory into this pistol, but he knows he's got a lot to do.
It's a good
A
start.
lot to account for.
It is a good start for G2. That was a nice little round. I'm interested to see Sen's defense because against MIBR, they were passive little pawls. So let's
That Magnus
see it.
Carlsen guy is such a try-hard cheese.
Yeah.
I want to say.
Yeah, what a fucking sweat. To be honest, tryhard even gets me in ranked. Like when people call people like tryhard in ranked or sweaty,
Sen had exactly the read on where
I just
G2
think
were
like
gonna go. They knew every time. Okay, if they're
That
going
Holland
A,
guy
they're
is
gonna
such a
plant
try
heaven.
hard.
We need
I
to
just
be
think like,
stopping them from doing that. This time it looked like Celsius got
but you're
caught out
probably
of their
trying
last
as
spot.
well.
Not quite expecting G2 to go re-exploring B-Link.
Salvos onto the ang. I mean, Leaf, only danger of losing the ghost here, but just
This
looking
is
to try
why
and
I
contain
don't
it,
play
just thinking
T1 Valorant
it's
anymore.
huge,
Too
but
many sweats.
Sentinels
Yeah, I
are not
know.
easy goes, but it does
Can't
open up
fucking
the
escape
entirety
them,
of the
can you?
side, so we're going to be looking at a pretty
Fucking
standard
sweats,
round.
they're everywhere. They're everywhere in T1 Valorant.
It's very difficult to push mid against G2's composition. You can see Leaf playing around his own vice wall there, but he also puts the trademark on the opposite
like,
side too. So if you're pushing on defense through mid, you can't really go anywhere without.
You guys would do well on like
exactly what they're up
TSM in 2020.
So
You know what I
Sen,
mean?
I think you're gonna have to be playing really clean retake
You know,
style.
or FaZe
or
Clan.
early
You know,
fighting
you guys are a
towards
bunch of
AP.
FaZe players. You know, we ain't trying hard.
Hyper pushed up and pressured into the corners here, but, well, with that many bodies and a weaponry differential, it's almost inevitable.
Usually, you're going to see teams trying to die to spike in that spot so that they don't feed the ults.
Celsius is desperate.
I miss Rise.
And look,
Who's a team like the? Who's a team in the partnership
Rosa.
area that the streets won't forget?
For winning attack side
Who's like
rounds.
the best streets won't forget
He's only
team?
one away.
But like
do
in the
Sentinels
partnership
now
area.
want to fight for an ult orb? Do they think, all right, Jorg is probably going to be fighting for a main ult orb? Should we set up a trap play over there?
See, no, yeah, because people are gonna say optic and the guard and stuff like that. No, I want in the partnership area. I want from 2023 onwards. Who's a recent example of a team or a team that exists now
Does look like they want to brawl in
that the streets won't forget?
Jorgamo not necessarily with them.
Now they're going to see that early util being used. In fact, Jorg's making his way over towards Art and mid. Ping's being sent. It's going to be deep dart.
2023 EG, that's not a streets won't forget team. Like everyone will remember the champs winners.
Adding some question marks to the backs of the minds of these SEN players. Wondering
Okay,
where
we've
these players
double
could
pushed
be
A
for
main.
G2.
I mean, Bang doesn't know that this part of the map exists.
TP. It's going straight into the side as well, and Jorgamo might be looking for a cheeky kill.
The streets cannot forget about Toad, KC,
Oh my
DFM
God.
and KRU.
Yeah. They're not having control of this one. Bang still cut to the corner, and this.
See, they don't expect Bang to be here because it's like he's always camping in
being pressured on multiple fronts.
dugout.
Just backs himself, and if he plays his life, the longer and the more winnable it gets for Sentinels. G2,
Oh, he whipped there
really
though.
worried about this one, just missing these timings. 2 outlaw bullets, no
Just gonna
fruition.
run.
And getting a move on, a tap and a plan, and they're backing away straight to mid, but Bang knows all at this point.
Can
Gets the
Zelsis
read.
get there in time?
No.
If Zelsis runs, they'll hear him and they'll know where to anticipate him. So he's got to take the slower timing, which probably allows Valen the plant.
30 seconds left.
Zelsis is going to be deading those thorns, but all deaded. G2 not giving up the sight though. Everybody grouped up towards it, and that flash drops down. But
What?
G2, it's not
Could
quite.
we not
made
get
for the
together
retake there.
first to do that?
Bang's forced to just save, scurry away to
And
right
so
back
they're
for
gonna
the rainy
save.
day,
Okay,
which
the
is
defense side maybe still lacking.
G2 baited out the wall in that position, and it kind of makes it think like G2 are
Streets
trying
won't
to
forget KRU
play
VCT
offside, and
2023
some of them
champs
might have been split up,
LCQ.
and instead, all
I think
three of
that's a
them
good
just
answer,
crouched
yeah.
in front of the wall, waiting to punish Zelsis.
Foot. I saw someone say
Definitely
foot.
got
Foot
tricky.
is a good answer.
G2 are
Streets
leaving
won't
it
Billy
forget
Billy.
Billy
up to
Billy
Trent
Gaming
with his
making
drone and with his
playoffs in
recon
champs.
to try to clear
Yeah,
the main
Billy
alone,
Billy.
which means he has to play so safe. And this round, they actually ended up clearing a main by going through the site.
think
Navi at
Lotus
lock-in?
really well.
Backwards on themselves.
Yeah.
Navi at lock-in.
Awkward. And it might give Sen the idea that fighting for a main
Serious
actually is
answer
the right
Vision Strikers undefeated Asia run. I know it's still around as DRX,
Get
but
much
still.
easier though for Sentinels at this point.
Hello,
because
Carla.
Bonus round conversion of G2
Yeah, G2
Has
are
to be
fully back
bleed.
into this.
and a dimensional drift for Jorgamo to play with.
You do not want
But
to
Bleed are
allow
all
G2
flash, no
an opportunity
substance.
to
I'm
feel
looking
like
for a
they're
team
back in
that's
the game.
no flash,
You
all
pull them off at the
substance.
beginning, you hit them with a big punch.
The
they were
streets won't
reeling,
forget
they
FPX
didn't
Shanghai
look like
LeBron's
their mental
performance.
was in it either, and now Sen
Yeah,
have let
I
off
mean
the pressure a
FPX.
little.
That's a good
Being
example.
showcased, I mean, you can see it. Weaker weapons by Sen, but still offloaded towards these ultimates, and a lot of emphasis being placed. They've got to win out this A main fight as well. As flashes at their feet, and the TP is forced out, so they've cleared out A main.
Okay, they get a lot of
Priority
info,
for
but that's
G2,
not
but
really
Players getting a bit of a move
an
on.
amazing ult there.
Sentinels looking to try and see if they can shore up the defense over
I mean, he
towards
saw
A,
Zek and
pulled
TP
them
away. Oh, but now they're kind of locked in. So what did they do? They
Information
pause?
across the map at the same time.
One of the things that John
Again,
was
Sen
doing
have
so
no
well on
info,
defense split was
other than the wall
recognizing
on B.
when G2 were going for fast hits and full gamble rotating. So G2 ended up getting red. I think again here they were expecting Jorg's Yoru ult to be the signal for a fast A execute. And now they're forced to go and re-explore and look for info.
Okay, they're pushing mid. Against something that we would never do against MIBR.
Valen, so they're still stacking players over towards A.
But
They've got a
do
nice
they
timing
think
though,
that
Narrates.
Valen
Just
maybe,
use a
so
haunt,
because they
could be
did
lost.
see Valen and he ducked
G2
himself
have
in his
heard that,
corner,
seen that, now they can just
and
walk up,
Valen knows that they haven't
knowing
seen
that
anyone,
Sen are
perhaps
pretty
Sen
much
thought,
relying
oh,
on
they're
detail
waiting to
to get
re-hit this,
info
but
here.
now the timing
Bodies
is kind of
gone.
gone for that re-hit, you probably would have done it already.
Now they can start the mass migration. Jorgamo's the one.
Joe's on his own. Oh, now he's in trouble.
Salvos. Oh my goodness,
And he has the
he's in a
spike.
very tight spot.
2023 Bianca is the biggest Streets won't forget player.
To bail him out. Make sure they've got that gunplay happening, working. There's only 12 seconds left, and you've got to try and stick
That's
this at
Leaf's
some point
own
here to seize how
chamber
committed.
thing,
The guns, they're just not
keeping
there
him
for
back,
Sen.
but he does
Can't
get
try
it
and play
down.
fast and loose into this one, but maybe Zeltis from behind.
With the Sen bundle.
But they're aware of it. They spot him out as the rifles making sure they've got that swift dismissal. Full side control. They know exactly where John is and where he's going to be trying to play towards. It's 10-6. G2.
Okay, 10-6, G2.
More than a string of rounds.
If there were guns online in this round, I think
All
Sen
I'm gonna
would
say,
have made that
why
very
did Sen
dangerous
pick
if not
Pearl?
been able to take it, but G2
Like, why
were
did they
allowed
pick the map
opportunity to play slow,
they got
play
destroyed by
because
G2 on, and then the only map that they lost to MIBR?
destined to go the way of G2 with their rifles. Kaplan's
Pearl
called a
for
tactical
Sen
time.
in the beginning of Sen versus G2 looked really good for Sen. It's just Leaf kind of took over the entire game and then it was done.
Yeah, but then they lost to MIBR as well.
Maybe they just in this matchup reviewed things and thought that they could change something to where it works better than what they have cooking for Haven or even any other map.
Well, so far they would be proven wrong.
Absolutely. I agree with you.
If they want to
don't
win
know
this
why
tiny
why
tin
did
pot trophy.
G2 pick Split? It's a fucking question.
Well, I mean, G2 hadn't played Split, so I guess...
But they know that it's like Sen's comfort map almost, or like their
That old comfort mat, yeah. But they might think like, oh, 100 Thieves abused this. We can do the same.
True. Oh, those seats look so comfortable. Holy shit.
Like you said, it's not too much.
Streets won't forget Koi's first game in VCT.
Koi's first game in VCT?
Maybe see if they can get an early advantage. It's one thing.
What, the kickoff game? Or is this a different game?
Just
Hold
looking
on.
at the minimap,
I'm actually intrigued.
To have Zekken set up early with Astra and Teho utility to lock down B long. Look here, he's got 30 seconds off the back of this gate crash to play aggressive.
Oh yeah, the first
First
one against Navi. I do remember that game. Yes, the crazy overtime on Lotus.
Oh, Sentinels is doing what you're saying they were doing.
Yeah, we gone back to the old passive pull, give up the whole map, no idea what's going on, don't know where to rotate, any pause causes a problem, any exit causes a problem. We aren't that great at retaking, we just lose. Yeah, that strat.
That strat, yeah.
Yeah, that one's not great.
Covered it with the op. It's so good from G2.
Was there anything wrong with what they were doing A main? I thought that was good.
Halls is
That's
about to get
of control.
annihilated with Teho util.
And here it is. Salvos. You pushed
What, in this round or like?
They're backing away.
No, like in the last 3 rounds, they pretty much played for A main.
Oh no, yeah, no, the start of this one wasn't as bad. The MIBR game was horrendous. They've took a timeout and gone back to, let's just sit and spawn. Let's sit and spawn, 10-6 down, and save instantly. Like, we are playing passive everywhere. They take the site and we just save. This is off a timeout. This is off a timeout, by the way. This is an I think Kaplan...
Is that the match where Shiva's dropped 70 and
I don't even know. What is his read on the map? What is his read on this? Hey guys, stop going into A main. Stop trying to fight for any map control. I want you to just sit in spawn and then save when one guy dies.
The percentage
They did that too, knowing that G2 has
this match so
Steel
far
Garden,
has been
which is
defined
kind
by
of wild.
Sen
Like that's the
taking
most
those risks and being
atrocious
rewarded
thing,
for
no?
it.
This is where you'd want to move up
the game to G2
and
a
get
little.
picks. I don't know.
No room for
Kind of
error
wild.
here.
They talked about it for 60 seconds, and they decided that this was the best.
Zekken's dead. We have no chance.
Looking forwards to flash in the dark.
Actual Zekken's dead. Give up. Okay, Zekken's pushing B. Great.
I mean, again, it's the same.
See,
shit.
what happened against MIBR was
The other side of the map
Zekken
is
pushes
not
one thing
moving.
on his own, he dies, and then they lose.
Making sure to lock down that spot in a position. It's just the one choke point to worry
That's
about.
what MIBR did. This time Banks found a spam kill.
The one spot he is lurking in, no one's gonna stop him.
Just trying to clear this one out, and they just see Leaf, so they know exactly what's going to be occurring.
You've seen him, Art, and you're not moving off of B.
Crowd Sen hate to hear. I'm so
No,
glad
because
that
they're
the
giving
way
up all of
Sen
mid
plays
every
his map
round,
is
so they're scared.
smart. They always save so that the next round they can have a chance to save again. Truly an immaculate read to win a comeback at 12-6.
Locking it down on top of it. There's going to be smokes in the face, a cosmic divide, pure chaos.
Zekken's playing on a Chinese server or something. He's not in this server.
Still sticking. From Sentinels to push this one back. They're having to wait it out. Zekken,
He just TP'd back to B.
He's going to be joining his team momentarily.
To be fair, flanking against double Sentinel probably isn't great.
No. I guess Astral up, you don't know what's happening, but like, come on, let's take some risks.
Time to turn up the tempo.
He's gave up like 7 seconds for what?
He has to be
Can't
potentially
even see anything. What a fucking crazy angle.
But no, reveals it early, just gets the one before the trade comes through. Leaf watching up and over the angle. Flash is not doing too much at all. Zekken, Shorty,
oh my
knocks him
god.
down.
Oh my heavens. See, we're back to the MIBR game. We have no chance unless someone goes crazy. Like, we have actually no chance. And thankfully, Zekon hero plays.
Oh my god.
Marching from B to A. Rips the dimensional drift and somehow takes it. What was this? He used 3 different weapons for the 3 different kills.
Oh my god.
But the shot on Leaf is
At
spectacular.
set I haven't seen a Georgimo fake Yoru clone like Durka yet.
Yeah.
What a hero.
That's
what
rough, buddy.
a hero when Sen needed it. They would have been out of the game.
Okay, let's see.
They truly would have
Okay, we didn't really ever see them play art. Ever.
A bit of extra bite to the defense. Got to deal with that util though. That's going to be spotting it out. Flash up and over the top. Jorgamo, do you dare step over this? Sees, don't think that connected.
So hey, we got a little bit of contest here. We got a reclear. This is good, right? We're getting Zekken set up. This is what I would call a normal round of defense.
Zekken fighting Trent over towards A main.
Zekken on Sen is like the start of a Pokemon game. You have a full team, but the only one that does damage is your starter.
But a shot missed, nevertheless. Thorns at the feet of the G2 players.
Hey, we're trying to take fights. We're actually trying to take fights before they hit the site.
Bold. Leaves it to the 4v4.
Honestly, I'll take it, even if it's dry.
No util, no double swing. Is Zelsis going to go for a jump up here?
40 seconds left. Zelsis could be that playmaker, tucked to the corner into this spot.
He's in a tough position because they've given up the whole of B-Link.
The wall's going to give him a gap to play in, though. If they trigger this, put it up, and it's going towards his site. Starts it down, dodges the flash. Shocks are flying forwards, but the Thorn's still dead at any
time.
That dart is inside the smoke. They are unaware of this, and here's that corner!
Why is Jorgamo the one lurking through Link?
Put him in the vice grip. Jorgamo, let's do a lot from this spot. 29 seconds remaining.
He can TP back with the team, but it's TP that doesn't exist.
Discipline now in from Sen, and they realize that they've won it. That was just bang securing the round.
There was a couple milliseconds there, honestly, where Jorg might have been able to get the spike down, but chooses
I don't know why he's the one. And again, like when you're playing against Sen, like MIBR realized, and I think G2 need to realize, like MIBR abused this pretty well. Like once you kill Narrate there, like you can walk mid. Mid is your playground, generally. And Sen had a more of a normal setup that round, but once Narrate died, like you're probably gonna have, like Sen just don't mid reclear. They just don't really. The most we saw of a Sen mid reclear was literally there when Narrate just took a dry swing fight.
Does your vanilla cheddar cheese muggle mind still believe G2 are better than my goat Vitality? The anti-glue equation.
What happens when Liquid beat Vitality?
I preferred the run around the whole map tactic by stats pars.
Yeah, that was an interesting strategy for sure. This is a good timeout by G2 because Kaplan will probably call for them to just sit and spawn. Let's see.
Assume that Sen are leaving B quite weak and start trying to find Zelsis.
They should change the name from Qubit to Glubit.
It's a lot to think about. G2 trying to play this attack now. As you mentioned, just trying to piece together.
If Liquid beats Vitality, I think the entire world will implode. The weight of the glue would be too much for it to take.
He's still got the operator in hand. He's probably not going to be meeting too many players, but you never know. Bit of presence from mid, but for G2...
I mean, look, when they do the wall here, it's not too bad. But again, I would prefer him to almost like at the start of the round come and do a wall.
And now we speed up like crazy, trip the wall, and now we have so much time to play with, right? Because you know the wall's there every time.
For an A reclear. I don't know if we're going to see them go straight into a B split though, perhaps.
But instead, we'll just do what we just did last round.
Drifting back towards the middle of the map. But it's
okay, again, drone coming out here. I mean, look, at least they're starting further up.
Towards Art or B Link. Yeah. So Josh has adjusted something, and yeah, it is going to be that late round, mid round kind of reclear towards A main.
So we're going to fake this.
Here. It would be most standard, but Narrate's just given away that it's the fade covering this spot.
John QT ran so fast.
He can't fight it as well as Zekken would be able to. Fade doesn't have the ability to teleport out.
Looks like he's still going to square up though. Just jiggling. A few bullets laid off, and he does have the rifle as well to try and help him out.
Oh, if he doesn't die there, they're in such a good spot. I mean, 5 reveal.
Now he's going to move on. A quick tap, seeing if there is that response in terms of the util. With the
I mean, Zekken has a little bit of time.
Can't quite make a play.
Oh, never mind.
Holding down some of this ground. It's critical for the Sen retake occurring here, and for G2, they're looking to take it one step further.
Oh, the
They've worked
rewrap
their
is
way
kind
all the way
of
through.
devious.
Back, there's a slight gap into the window, but it's being watched for. Shorties!
Oh, surely he does.
Oh
Oh,
my
he TP's
God.
out, and the soul rolls is great.
In through main. The
And he
2v4
missed
in the
him
blink
slow.
of an
He
eye
died.
with the Hunter's Fury at that. Tail end of it, getting that
What?
damage blast through.
Wow, nice round by
Into the
G2.
smoke. There's no
Nuts.
respite. It's 12 rounds now for G2.
I mean, nice idea
and
by
4
G2.
chances for Sen to
The,
try and
the
play
Joel
OT.
TP back as well.
Okay.
Just seems like he has a Euro TP in the right spot so often.
I really like that B-leaning default into the A-main reclear. Don't quite understand what Narrate was thinking, holding his space there. Throwing out the Nightfall is fine, but you got to play behind cover and wait for your teammates to play in. He just tried the wide swing.
It's okay.
G2 slow, controlled.
That felt like
making sure they prioritize
we
those
were getting
fundamentals.
punished a bit there for
Now
just going a
they're
bit
on that
too
point.
scrimmy.
This is where it's going to get just the
Okay, the
utmost
instant TP to
difficulty
B.
for Sentinels to try and hold this one back. Dimensional drift, Jorgamo.
1-2, you've seen.
Once more, it's going to be using it to see if he can set the path and clear the way. They know the wall's not quite there. Jorgamo knives out, just trying to bait that fight out. Still Jorgamo, how is he getting the one before the trade
speed
comes
change
through?
is crazy.
Shorty's out, and the players
Oh
just
my
find
God.
their way back
He's
in.
flashed
This is
himself.
desperation from Sentinels, but is it going to be enough?
Okay, GG, I guess. GG, I guess. That was a strange end.
They even up that scoreline. It's
Man.
1-1 in the maps. And Valen just testing the crowd.
I feel like
arms up
both
in the
teams just
sky.
played like their own
Gonna look.
simulations.
Okay,
Didn't care
I
about
mean-
what the other team was doing.
That still makes me question why Sen picked Pearl.
100%, I agree. I agree.
And next is Abyss, which has not been a great map for them either.
Yeah, but what, did they start attack or did they start defense?
I don't know. I mean, G2 picked it, so they have to start attack, right?
Yeah. And
Well, we're not getting our
can they shoot? Is the
our
question.
3-0. No 3-0 here today. Alright guys, good night. It's 5 AM. Where the fuck do you live? Wait, Sen pick Pearl? Yeah, Sen pick Pearl as their first map. Now, I mean, look, G2 got a double ban, so, you know, that maybe you would say that their options were limited, but it's hard to think that that was their best pick. It really is quite difficult for me to understand why they would pick Pearl. So next is Abyss, which hasn't been a great map for Sen either, and has been one of G2's better maps. Then you've got Fracture and Haven. Maybe they wanted to be over earlier. What, you thought they'd lose on split? I thought they'd just phone it in on split. Look, if Pearl is actually their best map, if they feel that, then I worry for them. Did Sen play Fracture before? Have they played Fracture? They might have done it in their first game. It turns out they did not. No, Sen have not played Fracture, so we don't know what their Fracture is like. And G2 have played Fracture once against Lev. And they won 13-9.
Boss, another song has hit the general chat.
I'll give you to the first chorus. Is it any good is the question. Okay, I mean, I'm in for it. It's a good start.
Throw City is a huge cesspool. Let me tell you why that's true. Con can't shoot unless he's got pots. Tweaker tilts when things get rough. No vision talks, but he's all fluff. And Bloss is throwing sure enough. Yamako alt-tabbed and died. Vito's pings you late at night. TMV jump from Haven's height. And the spike still lost, nowhere in sight. Everyone in call has the same name. Yet another full German game. The Q-bot's rigged, it's all the same, and not a damn soul here can aim.
Got a long solo. It's only 50 more seconds. Is it just a full solo to the end? I would dig that, to be honest.
Everyone in call has the same name. Yet another full German game. The Q-bot's rigged, it's all the same, and not a damn soul here can aim in it.
Well, that was pretty good. That was pretty good, I would say, on the whole. Let's play connections. It's better if you know Throw City, I suppose. The lyrics will make more sense to you. Stat soon? Now? Fast? How's that wrong? Something food? I think it's something food. Food for the soul? Finger food? Bio food, maybe? Is it just now? Now and then. I miss you. I don't know, is that it? Stat player bio team. Info on a baseball card. I was going to say it's something to do with fantasy. Not too bad. Not too bad. Right, I'm going to go fill up my water in this. I'll be back in a sec.
And bonus rounds, not just in this series, this map where they won both, but also throughout this whole tournament.
Yeah, that is the catalyst for this map by the score, 13-8. I think looking more one-sided than it actually felt as you were watching it progress, because Sen were able to bounce back in that first half after going down early to the aforementioned pistol and bonus. They were winning a good amount of the gun rounds. Their play when they were on that attack side was really solid, the way that they were working the map in post plants. But ultimately, look, you're not going to win a match of Valorant when you're down by both pistols and like the bonus. Like,
It's
you're
so
cooked.
tough
You're
to do.
cooked. You just can't do it.
And Sen, you heard in the clip when we were watching, Leaf was complaining they're playing so scrimmy, and that's what won them map one.
Yeah.
Taking risks,
That
fighting
was a
into
big
smokes,
line.
getting ahead of what G2 was ready for. But G2 towards the end of this map, after that pause from Josh RT, really slowed the game down a little bit. We're a lot more thorough in being ready for those forward plays, setting up the proper coordination between players we know them for, and that got them back into this series.
Yeah, that's what their comp is going to excel at. When they're on attack, they can take the game slow, nullify that defensive aggression, and come out on top.
Well, we did get an opportunity to hear from the G2 camp. Let's jump over to the Sentinels side with Coach Kaplan, get his thoughts going into map 3.
Here with Kaplan ahead of map 3, a split looked really great. Talk to me about what was going right there.
Yeah, I mean, we just had a bunch of plans. We figured, what are they going to try to do? And they watch our VOD back, and let's get a step ahead. And I would say it worked really well. And we were shooting real straight, and they looked a little nervous.
All right, so looking ahead to map 3 now, what needs to be shored up from that map 2?
Yeah, I mean, we lost both pistols. It happens. But then we got set plans for the first guns, and we just goofed. We're in good spots and messed them up. So we're just going to make sure we're real drilled and make sure we nail those early rounds so we don't get snowballed.
Kaplan, thanks as always. Good luck in the series.
Well, we're getting back into it here. It's map number 3 in our best of 5 grand finals between Sentinels and G2. G2 are Upper's team. They've had that advantage with the map pick fans, and they can essentially decide which way this is going to be going and which direction on top of it.
There's a lot to play for here too. It's not just that trophy in America. Zelsis obviously has talked so much about wanting more of them. Valen has been craving one after they got second place in stage 1, stage 2. But there's also champs points on the line, and I think that's super important. I mean, that was the whole reason that SEN made it to champions last year. Yeah, was because of
Why has this been blocked?
Season success. I mean, they were tied with 100 Thieves and they won the head-to-head.
Yeah.
But they had to have the points to even get to that point of being tied. So champ points are important.
Jesus Christ.
To kind of like scale your mind to that kind of fashion.
Okay.
Think about it. There's a difference. Okay, John.
The fucking song from Sideshow.
For maybe some of the stuff that Leaf likes to get up to, you know, when he's trying to take that deep control by bunny hopping around the corner. He's got his TP in predictable locations.
Got my thing
We
blocked.
often see G2 on the defense side tucking. Actually, they can play it with Leaf or
Because of the music of Sideshow dancing.
Bookshelf that you see in mid. And I got to imagine that either John is going to be looking to break
Jesus.
the very predictable placement of the rendezvous, or he's looking to just do damage and clear out that spot.
I mean, I can just trim it out, but I have to wait for it to trim out.
Certainly was something that they could have gone for pretty heavily over towards Pearl as well. But there was even
Worth? Honestly, I agree. It was worth.
G2 not opting for the mid defense here as we get started in an important pistol.
Right, so SEN are on the attack.
With 4 players.
Deep push.
And no one to hear this.
No. All relatively unknown. The SEN side of things. Not that it's going to slow them down.
He just got Leaf on his own on A. Actually gets suppressed.
High ground, but postured away, back.
A triple flank. Now, of course, they have no Sentinel.
It's an open sight, so
Sentinels have no Sentinel.
Full heavy control, but unaccounted for.
It's only back.
You could use with Jonah making presence, though. It would be much better if he was making presence.
Just that primed and ready. He dodges it, but here it is. Tapping to the foot.
Oh, Jogma wins both of those.
In hand, Jorga's doing enough for them. Overwhelming the presence that Senna trying to get.
Wow, nice by G2.
Defense, and that is just phenomenal work.
It feels like right here's theory. G2 are just awful at split.
Well, did you hear the Josh Hart interview?
No, what did he say?
He said that, yeah, you know, like we just kind of picked split and we were losing, and I just told the team, listen, our comfort maps are coming up. Whatever happens, happens. It's all good. Let's just focus up and focus on those maps. So they literally kind of just like picked split because just to see what would happen on split.
Interesting waste of my time then. Love it when teams waste my time.
But it's like, can you get away with that like internationally in a BO5? Like, there's no way. You can just pick a map and be like, maybe. And it's the first map. Like, you're wasting like your advantage on
can't afford
having
lose out
first
on a
seed into there
trophy
too, like or
back
upper
and think,
finals.
"Oh, well, it was
Anyways,
just a pistol round."
Yeah.
Yeah, and now
That
like
was
you
just,
probably need to change your comp.
Yep.
Like otherwise you're just giving people tape on a map where you're clearly not that good.
Literally. But that was his explanation for split.
The spams, hold on.
They're all up too. It's doable.
Oh. Yeah, stop trying to use this Guardian and just get an actual good gun in there.
They can do that damage, maybe claim a couple of guns in the process, but it's all contained by G2.
I do like what Sentinels are throwing out on their attack side after pistol eco rounds.
I feel like it's just the worst team to watch in the world is Sentinels when they're playing slow and defensively.
Actually, this is an international game. John QT is from Morocco.
But as yet, unshaken.
Duh.
Here's this important rifle run. Now, this is the one that Kaplan was just talking about in the coach's interview, that I think the word he said was goofed. So, Sen have got to make sure that they're playing with a bit of discipline here. And watching out for G2 to make
And
the
Jorgmo
plays.
from
Normally,
Cambodia.
initiative is gonna be
And
with the
Jonah
team
P
that has
is
the ball
from Canada, I think.
Deep trademark in mid, giving them passive information. And Jorg is set up to go for a flash peek off Leaf's contact on B. Now this looks really similar to the pistol round setup for Sentinels. Narrate goes through mid, smokes himself off, paranoias, and they A-split.
That's a terrible knife, no?
He's not committing towards it though. He's going to regroup with the rest of the team.
I didn't see it, sorry.
I missed the whole back of mid.
Dash committal.
Well then, yeah, probably.
On the site.
Then yeah, that's a terrible knife.
It's useful.
John takes the
I
orb,
guess
and
it's
now
good
he
for
takes
people
the
that push
plant.
up
And he's
maybe,
got
but-
Armageddon online, round 3, which is impressive. Especially considering you don't win the pistol.
Very passive by G2.
Incentivizes them to play off-site. So Bang's got a pull. You have salvos. You have Armageddon. You have
I mean, we got the
fragment
clock
grenade as well.
ticking.
So much util.
Especially
Although
when you
there's
got
a
an
salvo was
Armageddon.
used early from John.
Yeah.
Push and pull. Both sides just trying to
Paranoia,
exchange out that
preemptive.
util as well and see
Seconds on the smoke too.
hoping that they can get a better
I mean,
side of it.
Oh,
Second, though.
buddy, what are we
Basically,
doing?
the only one playing forwards onto that.
We're looking for kills. I don't think they're trying to win this. We're looking for
It's
kills.
good in the process, but time is ticking away and it's running short at that. Narrate forwards and put in a bit of a pinch. The Armageddon has to be offloaded here. Means that nobody's going to be able to stick
Not
this one.
bad.
They're overlapping
Honestly,
a lot of their util.
They've
Still
still got the
ticking.
pull.
Leaf
Leaf
fell
being
off.
knocked up at some point, and yet a pull is a savior at the end of the day.
What happened to Leaf? Did he try and do the jump? Oh, is that what he tried?
Take the time trying to get into these retakes.
And I had
Did he try it and miss?
tone in my voice
You know
when I was
what?
saying
You
that John
force them
used the
off the
salvo
Armageddon,
early.
round 3 on the
Actually,
bonus.
with
It's not the worst thing in the
salvo
world.
And with Zekken fighting on site, it made G2 pretty confident they were running an on-site post-plant setup.
Yeah.
And so G2 ended up investing a lot of utility to try to get through this smoke here that we're watching. Whereas instead, G2 are a good enough team if they realize you're playing full offsite, they're holding onto all of that util and then chucking it at you in A main. And getting a much earlier tap on the spike, it must be said as well. So,
Okay.
nice awareness from Sen. Playing things in
So
a pretty
again,
advanced way.
be lean. We got the chamber. You got the double TP set up here.
Yeah, we got like narrate on a
Where
Guardian.
you go forwards in mid,
One less star,
throw
I
out the
think.
Smoke, break the door.
Just applying pressure onto the A players as they go into
But
that
I
hit.
mean, Senna just ripping this A site over and over again.
Set up from G2 again. They had a familiar one to the prior one, so this is open sight and open access for Sentinels.
They realize that G2 are not fighting.
The good thing about Abyss is you can do that for either site. You can say Abyss or Abyss.
Can't argue with it.
Abyss. Truth.
You can put in a test towards G2 to see how well they can retake. With an op in the
I mean,
hands
so
of Leaf
yeah,
too, it's gonna be
G2.
slowing them down a step. Drone is used to clear the way.
There's no dimensional
Broken.
drift, so they gotta.
Oh.
Okay, the corners aren't real, guys. Don't clear them.
When it comes to G2 seeing if they
This time
can
they
at
do
least
play
make
on
a
site.
way for it, but it's that rolling retreat that's being ordered for.
Ooh.
And Zekken hitting. Still a lot to tangle. And
Oh,
still
Valor.
Valor with the 2, but Trent left alone now in a 1v2, and it's just not doable.
Okay,
Guy
so
in hand
I like the change up in post plant from Sen.
of the stragglers.
Well,
Interesting to see how often they just keep going for this A idea before G2
because that's where Leaf and Jorgmo can both be playing
G2
in
kind of
tucked positions
go for this a
behind
bit
boxes.
heavier.
You are actually worried about B main as well, because that's where the operator is going to be a large amount of the time. You're also worried about that jump spot that Leaf has been playing with the chamber in A main. But as long as you hard clear A main, Sen are looking pretty good for it. And
So
Eco
now on
here
an
for
Eco?
G2. And if they want to make some kind of
And
adjustment,
this time on the eco, they
it
run
wouldn't
B.
really be for this round. You don't want to don't want to showcase your
Oh shit, it's
strategic
A-Biff.
change too early.
Smoke of defeat, no slowing down the Sentinels though. And Jorgamo!
Yeah, this is
My
the
God, man,
Sen.
he's doing backflips in the air trying to contest with that.
Anti-eco, but this is the Sen we like.
And they steamroll the B site.
Let's do this on a
The
buy
big
round,
exec
please.
knocking G2.
So I mean,
like
the win for
Skittles.
G2 here is that Zelsis used ult, but the loss is that they did no damage, and so now Sen are gonna have a very good
The
eco.
big ultimates that they can use in the post plan.
Sen are thinking about it as well.
John should be running.
Exactly, they're sending John in, take these fights because, again, he's one away from the Armageddon once more.
To be honest, he doesn't even need to really die in this spot or get the kill, because that ult orb over in A main is pretty free, but he's going to get it anyway.
Okay.
Right.
Again, Sen, I think here they should be looking at like how well they lost pistols. So 7 would be okay, 8 would be good.
And whether that means
But they
doing
need
the
to be
bunny
looking
hop
at
play
7.
from Leaf, or whether that means having some kind of fault line play off someone's contact.
Trouble is, Leaf can't really play in a standard way that he has been in the past because of his Tejo pick.
Okay, we
It's
got
just enough of a curveball that he's got to think about.
we got some big ults for both sides. Well, I mean, maybe not for Sen. We got some ults for Sen.
You know exactly where he's going to be putting that rendezvous, and you can
So
see them.
salvos
Sen are doing it.
into common rendezvous
And where the
spots.
TP to common spot is.
So really
So
trying
they
to make
leave
life
Leaf
difficult
on
for him.
A
He
alone.
has the outlaw.
And again, this is the power of the double smokes, is we get people looking in here because we've gone for double smokes, whereas really we're just doing a full B exec. And the flash is really good. It's a good play. Just kind of panic ulting there, really. Wow,
Any attempt to salvage this fight. But the tags, okay,
he gets the kill.
Cleaned up, and that's a plan. Still not committed, but Sentinels now going into the next wave of things here. Jumping down, flash forwards, but the shot's missing. Going wide of the Outlaw. No damage done, no kills to be found. G2 still making this awkward, but Sen make sure they defend their IGLs back and make sure that they can't step over it still. Not accounting for that. Leaf.
Now Bang is on a very late lurk.
A 2v3, they got to take a step.
Oh, but they beat Zelsis with another fight.
Left to do it all in this spot. Taps out wide, that's just the first layer of things, and now he's going to worry about the flanks. Okay, there is that level of awareness, even taking a fight towards it and isolating it, but no bullets left. Gets the reload, time ticking against it, but only 18 health to work with, and there he knows it. The convo of the rest of his team.
Okay, good effort by Leaf, but really Sen's eco is in a good spot because of that eco round, how flawlessly they won it.
Sen are looking like the same form that they were in on Split in terms of being ahead of the game.
And so
Johnny's
it's just straight
really
running
doing
here.
stuff really well, and I'm super impressed with the
We
anti-strike
might need
that
to
they've
see a
got going
little
on.
reactive push out mid here from your boys G2.
So aware of the threats
I
that
would
G2
agree
have around the map.
wholeheartedly. I think they're so scared of this A push from what happened before.
Because they literally are
A
just
sloppy round win, basically.
That they're
It's not about how we
kinda
do it, it's just about that we
stuck
do
in the
it.
mud on A.
But
they're in a tough spot. Saj called Chobra? Is Chobra streaming? I mean, I can get him in here if you want. I thought he'd be asleep. Am I not friends with Chobra? Hold on. The whole time? Oh, I can get Chobra in here. Oh, can I? Why can I not invite him to this call? Chobra. Oh, because he's Will Chobra, I forgot. Okay, I'm calling them both.
And one thing that also means is that if G2 commit super heavy to this mid push, there will be multiple players waiting for them, playing
Okay, they go for a
offside
mid
post-plan
push.
positions. Although
The thing is, it's come off a timeout, so...
here is so early.
Yeah, it's just Bang left to contain this mid push that's occurring as well. Oh my, he's in Astral form. They've slowed it down.
Look, he
Just
doesn't
a bit
even
of a
think about it.
Already passed, but I think he spotted them anyway. It's too late.
Got 2 kills.
That's slightest of timings, and Bang left to pick up the
Wow.
pieces. And these players off onto the flank. The dart is going to be dealt with, and now it's
Neither of them
put
answered.
under a bit of a squeeze. Has to offload that util just to see if he can buy some space and
Oh,
time.
shit. Hello.
Even with that discipline trying to slow
Hello,
down
sorry,
that
I probably should have told you about this. People said Chobra wanted to call me, and then I tried to add him, and then it took. I didn't realize it'd take me out of that call. I'll be honest.
It's all good. It's all good. I just witnessed some crazy shit.
It's gonna be on
Yeah, I witnessed a bit of a whiff fight. I don't know if you did.
Oh, what'd you say? Whiff fight?
Yeah, I watched a big whiff.
Oh, rip. I just saw these guys walk down mid.
Yeah, they did walk down mid.
I looked away afterwards, and now Leaf is in a 1v1.
Now, hold on, he's going to be able to get half of this. The star was late to be placed.
He thinks it's fake!
No way.
Why would he fake
No
it so bad?
way.
You don't have a star down!
And then just actually take his head off as well. I mean, that is...
Black Beetle's mannequin challenge from Bang. I love it.
That he was sticking at?
I think it must have been. He was the last player alive, and he's in astral form as the tap goes because he's placing the star. I think he just missed the sound cue, to be honest.
Yeah.
But
That's my chamber. That's my chamber.
and that's the first time that these last couple of rounds, because Leaf.
Man, that's a rough loss for Sen right there.
This is where you're really seeing.
Like, it would have been 5 in a row with flying, and instead we got a sad L.
I gotta see who whiffed or what the fuck happened. I missed the middle of that round.
Pushed up towards library where his TP might be laying. They hit a jump spot. Zekken peeking through into the smoke. It's going to be fading. No danger though. No.
John is somewhat ready for it.
Dash is going to be fading away on top of it. Might be incentivized to try and get some value done. Just going to be removing the drone. Still steps up to the challenge.
G2 only just picking up these timings. It feels like Zekken was good.
Oh.
Possibly for a couple. Like, what is this from G2?
As the smoke drops down so Zekken can recross, I mean, it's just instinctual.
Yeah, just reading the timing play there so well. It looked like Zekken had almost caught it.
Can't snap to the drone in time. He's going to be suppressed here, and Leaf is in a bit.
So this is that classic double split play.
Now, so he's going to be cleared out towards A.
But Zekken is dead this time.
To the site once more.
Narrate's doing a great job on this pinch as well. All of the mid control that they've been getting, he's been playing for heaven control.
I mean,
in a lot
they
of
have
these
not
A
found a way to
splits,
break this
and
type
it
of
gives
hit
them
before,
much
so
better post plant positions.
another Sen win.
Real difficult player. Out towards the link. No command.
Oh,
Oh, getting that astral tough just before the
Center holding this one. Tooth and Nail playing ahead of the Cosmic Divide. They
the flank now.
to the side, but G2 have got all their plays towards the backside of it. John needs one and potentially.
Oh, just that too.
Calls for the collapse. And calls for the
I mean, what can they do with no flash, right? Like,
Yeah.
Into what G2 were aiming for.
That's good.
I mean,
Beautiful round
it's
from
funny.
Sentinels.
Yeah, because their own astral wall kind of means that it's hard for them to get out of heaven as well.
They take full mid control. John Cuties Tejo.
So they kind of have to. They have to come this way because their own astral wall would like they would have to cross their own astral like twice to get out of heaven, basically.
Drones into A and pushes Leaf away again.
With no flash either.
And Narrate is getting
That's
set
so they
up
kind of had
for
to go
these
this way.
cross-map paranoias to also push the chamber further
And Sen
and
perhaps
further.
realizing that off the
Takes
astral.
control, and then is the backstab against the retake. Every game plan here from Sen is working. It feels very similar to Split.
Yeah.
Their anti is, or not even just
Oh,
anti,
Chobra, you're here.
anti plus the game plans that they've
Oh, hello.
specifically
I am.
moved to.
I didn't realize you would be awake.
I took a nap and got up. Missed the first map, all good.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't miss much, to be fair. Sen just kind of stomped them, to be real. Maybe I'll do that for Pacific. Maybe I'll just miss the first map.
Well, there might only be 3 maps for the Pacific Finals.
You think?
I think there's a chance, but I think I'm just hoping that T1's win has unlocked that mentality where they can play a little bit more loose, and hopefully it's better.
Are you feeling good about Pacific going into Bangkok?
I mean, I'm feeling okay.
Moves so much information.
I think
So no.
I think it's
Not even the
okay.
threat of just getting a pick. It's also
Yeah, I mean, I would argue that. I mean, obviously, Sen already showing that G2 is not, you know, undefeatable. So, you know, and even if they weren't, like, it's G2 and Vitality were so far ahead anyway. Like, I wasn't even really putting them in the comparisons.
Not a miracle, but unlikely to happen. Drone heard for Joe's just trying to break this one as well. Deny that information, but go button's going to be
Here
called.
we go. We'll be here.
Got that dash
Oh,
active.
I'm on
Wait for you to
127,
try and make a go of
26,
things, and there's a
25,
dive and overhead.
24,
On either side as well,
23,
trying to be counteracted
22.
by GT.
Yeah, I should be good.
Play towards the sound cues, but they are just
Oh
lining
my.
up for him. Up and above onto
Feels like
Sen
Sen have won a lot of crucial gun rounds that puts G2 on an eco. Feels like I might get an ace.
Leaf is miles away.
It's technically better to give it to John Cutie here because he'll be able to get a...
He's getting the he's getting the ult orb anyway from the
cheers of the crowd.
Yeah. Leaf, the percentage player, throws himself against the rocks. And that is the overwhelming pressure from Sen and from Zekin in this round. It is absolutely flawless.
Enemy kill.
Even with the Kalat in there too. But Josh RT's tactical timeout is for this next round coming up, round 10. They're not as worried about the fact that they almost got aced there. It's all about whether or not they can string a few more together on their defense.
Okay, I mean, yeah.
And Sen will be reluctant to allow them.
Again, if Sen can get to 8, feeling pretty good. If G2 can limit them to 7,
yeah, same kind of setup.
I'd say
They're not
G2
actually
are feeling
using the
pretty good.
salvos A main, so, you know, Leaf could be going for that A main jump kind of control. But he hasn't tried it.
I mean, we have seen a lot of just like big hits from Sen. This is good. Looks like it's going to be another one.
Yeah, this is the trap play. So Leaf is on and off.
They have done a couple mid plays.
Flashes in.
Is the Armageddon going to be there in time? It's a flash as well. He must take that timing with plenty of shots.
Wow.
But just the composure, the aim not quite there. It's a stressful scenario to be placed in, that's for sure. And with it, Leaf and Jorgamo of
disaster. Absolute disaster for G2.
Just gonna save.
I think Sen was super ready for that. That's something that G2 have run before. A trap play that they've relied on a couple of times in this map already. Yeah. And you see the positioning of the Armageddon. I mean, if we get to watch it on the replay, it may have been that Jorgamo was actually forced to take that timing because
I mean, this map
was on top
is
of him
shit.
over towards danger.
I really, really do hate it. It is awful.
Whether or not he was forced, he still had an opportunity to get at least one.
Sen are looking at least
They just couldn't
pretty good
quite
here.
land the bullet.
Sentinels, one of the best teams.
Gotta get an Icebox back in though. Honestly, I think Icebox is better than Abyss.
Windows of opportunity that Taeho gives you to take those fights as well. It's not necessarily the threat of the ult, like the Armageddon.
Is it?
Really stand your ground.
Maybe I'm just saying that because I haven't seen it in a
Deal
while.
with this handedly. Didn't catch the kill onto Leaf, but he's trying to evacuate into heaven, and they're just spamming him.
Yeah. They have extremely good awareness of how that's going to affect Leaf. And Jorg, though he wasn't completely...
What about Breeze?
Gooner, bro, just playing exits.
What?
We did not. We did not.
Look at that Arsenal.
We did not just let that go.
Look at that fan of the soccer team,
Of
Arsenal.
course, Arsenal mentioned.
Goodness me.
That's what he was referring to.
Wow, that's a
I cannot believe that. How has that made it in?
That's funny.
Okay.
Someone on replays has no idea what it means.
Yeah, that's gotta be.
He is caught.
Oh my god.
It's good to go, but he's got so much util in the back feet and a flash into his face as well. It's purely full uncomfortability.
The classic.
They gave
Leaf
Leaf
survives.
the outlaw.
Enough time board as well for him to just reposition with the rendezvous.
Yeah, but they've got them completely contained on B. I mean, look at these positions from Valen and from Jorg.
Yeah. No exit plan for Sentinels. You're going to have to batter your way through this one. Square up, take the fight straight to them.
Valen, surely the Valen's winning the round
Personal
here.
up onto the site, no one playing off to a degree, and that's back open wide.
This is what. Why haven't they been doing this a lot more?
Occurring, and
Oh, they
decisions
still
need to
might
be made.
lose.
Sentinels, they have to carve out a path. There's only 2 of them remaining. A 2v3, there's timing still. Clone, dealt with, and Leaf. By this time, wait for his team to slowly collapse onto him. He is Lodo, brings it at 2v2. It's still uncomfortable for Sentinels,
boy.
but it's definitely winnable, and it comes down to
Oh, there's no way you're losing this G2. Okay. Valen's good for it.
Valen has been there for his team today. He's had them, guiding them through some difficult rounds.
What does goobas mean? Oh, I don't think he said gooba.
You see him after he wins this one, staring up towards the ceiling, praying for another one to come his way. Or maybe just taking a breath after how frantic these
Heliowski!
for G2 to get rounds today, which is such
What a whip!
what we've seen
Thanks
from
for the prime.
kickoff. Everything has looked too easy up until this point. This is the first time they've been tested, and my god, what a test it is. G2 need another to make this look competitive.
But if you don't know what a goober is, have you never seen the SpongeBob movie? Surely everyone in this chat is of an age to have watched the SpongeBob movie.
Look at this. So Salvo saved this round, Brent, so not used in the same spots.
Yeah, he's probably saving Salvo for
Leaf. He's not going to start the round in those kind of areas.
Yeah, and feels a bit impromptu.
But the Tail drone is so fast at being able to clear out both A main and the site.
Trent is hyper committed.
Oh, this one. He got 2 kills though. He got 3?
Ripping Sentinels to shreds.
How?
Okay, they
know where both are.
Pounces on it almost immediately, and a refight taken out towards A main. This is rapid. Shock darts trying to force them out wide. Jogamo, that's a spike drop down on top of it. Bang!
Oh.
Swing, and he's found 2 of his own.
Did they fight for it?
No way.
Have to be an ace. 2 left to stand. The smoke gonna be fading just in a moment. He hears the footsteps and knows what to expect.
Oh,
They
no.
don't know he's here.
They don't know.
He's crossed up onto the corner. Opened up into the shoulder.
Oh, okay. Do they get 5? I think this is decent for G2 getting to 5.
I played David Hasselhoff's Speedo in that movie.
Why would you say that? I haven't. Nickelodeon was in Hindi, which my parents didn't like, so I never saw it. I mean, I do believe that Nickelodeon is also in English. What language would they prefer?
The next half, I am here with Trent's dad and brother Jason and Hunter. Thank you so much for joining me. We actually just saw Trent get a triple, so that's got to feel good. But otherwise, friends, family out in Forest, how's it feel to be here at the arena?
I love this. We come out here a lot.
I'm a goofy goober. Yeah, you're a goofy goober. Yeah, we're all goofy goobers. Yeah, goofy, goofy, goober, goober. Yeah,
Like we're matching up right now here in Americas versus the squads.
You know, I do watch a lot of the different regions. I think it's interesting because we usually stay ahead. We practice a lot, so we usually stay ahead on the comps and the metas. And I see that we're playing a lot of Yoru and some other
Dropping
teams
the
that are
Wii.
NBA are playing a little bit different comps. So I'm excited to see
Yep,
how
it's
that-
coming. It's coming out. The Wii.
And being Trent's brother, was there ever like a timeline when you're beating Trent in games? Is there
He's
ever a
an
time
Eagles
after
fan
one
as
of these
well?
games
Rough.
You're like, hey man, I kind of saw you did something wrong. Is it like that?
Not Go Birds.
It's funny, I grew up playing like
Sukpal.
the positioning. What a blunder! If he wants to play,
Thanks for the Prime.
He's definitely way better than me at Valorant. I've played a few times. I'll text him after the games. I think last time we played SEN on Pearl, I texted him after the match, and he had like a flick on Pearl. Like guy was coming out of art, and or he was coming out of main, and he was looking at art, and he flicked back over to main and got him. I texted him after that. It was pretty cool.
Awesome. And final question for you before I let you enjoy the game, Jason. Looking at how everything has gone here, you got to sit now with Sen City in the crowd. They're so loud. Jonah P last time said every time Sen gets a frag, you hear that crowd. How's it been trying to out-cheer them and just get there for G2?
Oh, it's tough. Sentinels has a big crowd here. It's tough. We try, we whistle, we scream. Hopefully they can hear us.
All right, well, I'm sure they'll hear you for next half. Thank you so much for the interview. I appreciate your time. And best of luck to the team in the game. Back to you.
I love that. I mean, just channeling the older brother energy. I mean,
Why is Porn Stars here?
I mean,
Yeah, I'm not sure I could find a single game that I could beat Trent in, to be honest.
No, absolutely
Where'd
not.
I have to take him? Like checkers or something? Study for months, I don't think I could win.
Connect 4.
Yeah. All right, G2. The
Is there a
still
hair
on.
loss
They've got
game?
A couple of big
I
rounds
think
there
Sideshow would win that.
with Valen, and then Trent coming out with a triple anchor in.
Jesus.
Oh my God.
Leaf trying to play ahead of that one way before it
Full
balloons.
confidence.
Imagine he did that shot. It would be crazy. Bro, you've only got so many bullets. What's he doing?
And away.
He's just sending it.
Wait a second. That's a clone.
No, that's the clone.
Okay, trip me out for a second. All good. Zelsis ahead of the smoke. And he's trying to play ahead of that timing. Narrate from the backside as well. They're anticipating the G2 are going to go for that refight. And one step ahead from Sentinels.
Oh,
Pistol
Johnny gets
round.
that.
Fly and wait for them.
There's
but
dual balls.
not
Also
out of the
is
danger
weak.
zone
I
just
mean,
yet.
Leaf,
It's a quick
he is
wraparound
running.
Pivot from G2. Making their way over towards B.
Sen have needed a pistol. I mean, they're already ahead. They're 7-5 up, right? But they lost both of the pistols over towards Pearl. They were losing some like bonus run situations as well. So they'll feel like one is owed to
Hasn't
them at
taken
this point.
any space though.
A
Interestingly.
4v3. but also a spot where you don't really know where these post-plant positions are going to be. You're expecting G2 to go for some kind of play.
Yeah, Zekken got there fast enough to where.
Leaf.
Yeah, I mean, he just elected to stay back site. It's not the worst play. It's safe.
Burned
They've only got 3 classics, though.
Bullets, though he has one
Any
left.
headhunters at all?
Wants to do something
he has one bullet.
It's damage done to Zelsis.
It should be Sen's round. It should be.
Oh, he's gonna send it. Oh my god!
Oh, dear me.
Unfortunately, on the weakest player, but...
quick evacuation back and away. That's YouTube going to be expended in second.
Nah, such a hard
pushes
pass.
Man W8, thanks for the sub.
They're low and second needs to hold the line, push them back. Sheriff in hand.
Yeah, that's a 3 classic on Abyss problem.
Weapon differential there from Sentinels. Can't win a wallbang fight like that. Great positioning, tucking himself on as far wide as an angle as he could take.
Yeah, he can't do that.
Take a pistol.
Bro, Ye is a goat.
Like I said, they'll feel like
why are you a hater?
them, but also they've just been so good in the rifle round situations. They've still been playing G2 close.
Yeah.
Surely this is what it takes to push them over the line and get a 2-1 lead in this series.
I think he's probably wondering why did we play so passive there when we only had classics. Like we know we only have 3 classics. Like, why are we playing a post-plant as if we've got sheriffs and all guns?
Seconds off by his side. Stun's still going to be connecting.
Ooh, I don't know about that one.
My goodness, going for the flash peek around the side. It's going to be a nade knockdown. They want to fight this one too, Van Nail. I was going to say it could
somehow Zelsis is alive.
Just won it out regardless.
The ping pong play from Zekken and Zelsis.
I was about to say the ping pong back and forth between the two are so good.
Possible and Jonah P purely
literally just opened my mic.
There. A shutdown, meticulous.
Okay, I mean, we have one light shield here for Valon.
Nice and good for the Sentinels bonus round.
Versus the Outlaw.
Levels of danger to it, but
I know the Outlaw exists.
holding it down towards A main in this one. Not dropping anybody, so there's the danger here. And
Now, let's see Sen's defense.
They know.
Great little duo play. So where's he taking the Outlaw then? Over
She goes for a
off angle
Guardian.
we saw Leaf playing, so Leaf actually might end up taking contact here against the same spot. Although he's looking to just control this area rather than hunt for a kill, I would imagine, because he's the only player on G2 pressuring B.
Mid-control given up by Sen. They have to be scared of this. Enough time has passed now without too much noise. They hear the drone now finally through main. Knife's not going to be catching on to Trent, so gets the full duration out of that drone. He can slowly creep towards A main, take back control. He's probably going to be aware of the fact there was that refight, hard
Okay,
refight
it's pretty
It's
slow.
a bit of a conditioning.
Again, I always say solo smokes.
G2 need to be wary.
I'm interested in this drone because, I mean, they haven't shown anything so far.
Drone doesn't catch onto Jorgamo.
I mean, sure, what's it?
Isn't deep enough to force out his
What are we
gatecrash
doing
either.
here?
No threat of the suppression, and this was what we were talking about earlier. What
a shot.
What is that?
Amazing.
You're kidding me? He's so ready for it, though. He plays in that spot himself all the time.
He just knows the crosshair placement. That's a hard shot to hit.
This
Even
one,
if you notice somebody there.
This timing might be hard to hit.
Still going for it. Wait, he's calling the players back over towards B.
He's using the trademark for info, trying to clear that spot, and Bang was in that spot just a moment ago.
And just that Jorgamo insert.
I mean, just one kill.
Thriving in the chaos. A deep flash into the corner. Array has no options whatsoever. Flawless from G2.
Flawless round.
Against the Sen bonus. There could have been danger there.
And I am already, and this is very early to say this, but I'm already a little worried about what Sen are doing in mid. They committed super heavy to the B track, and that's fine. But they
I
had
mean,
a
it's
single
the same thing
payload
as
drone
Pearl,
to
right?
reclear
Where
through middle there, and otherwise,
I mean, Abyss is harder than Pearl, I think.
like
Like you know,
basically run
it's
around
difficult
in
to
the
push
late
this
part of the
in
round,
general
do
without
whatever he
committing a ton
wanted.
to it. Mid is probably the easiest place
soon
to
as one of the
push, but
G2
Sen's
players
seen
gets
him
a sniff of
allergic
that,
to that idea in general.
It's going to be difficult for Sen to hold on. One of the goals might be to try to force out that Tejo
See, like, now you've got the actual stars.
Because then it applies max pressure later on. Flash, fake
And
teleport.
it's a fake TP. Bait out an Omen
Really
flash.
creating the threats in the back of the minds of the Sen players.
So this is
Paranoia
good by
from the
G2,
rate, but
putting
no
pressure in
reclear,
here,
actually,
especially
so
after a
they
mid lurk just got them
used
around
the
as
Omen
well.
Flash, but still have to watch mid.
So now, yeah, you're worried about this. You're super worried about this. They haven't recleared it. Why hasn't John used the drone?
largely dodged, I believe, in play. Shock darts up against it. Nate's still going to be good for it. Now a flash of his own, trying to play himself back in.
Now they've seen Jaw. It's so good. It's so good. Jaw gets a kill. He enters in onto the site. They know that Jaw isn't there. This causes this reaction. You cannot end that round with a drone.
Late these rotates. Zekken can't even connect with the rest of the team.
You cannot, simply cannot end.
Really the A anchoring that is the problem in this round, even though it might look like that because they lost the site. It's the fact that you can't get reinforcements in there.
Yeah. Losing control of mid.
He can and he will. Well, then they're going to lose. And they did. But it's good by, I mean, it's great by G2, right? Like, fake pressure into A hit, into reinsert someone else, someone different, right, from what they think who will be there.
And you got to expect, in his head, he's thinking, well, I'm throwing that for John. John is then supposed to swing out.
Current time in the UK is 0-0.
They're not willing
to 0
commit to that. All right, fair enough.
It's 25 past midnight. I guess it is 0-0.
Please. Not sure if that was intentional. All good.
He only had a Guardian, right?
Spot here, Sen, actually, because it looked like they were going to run away with
I don't know. Did he? Did he pick up a right?
This. They had the, the idea.
It's still not worth that. But
a pistol.
Go to sleep? No. I'm going to watch this till the end. Look, if I miss a map of DRX Gen G, it is what it is.
It's a bit concerning.
If this goes to map 5,
close the gap.
Then I probably will miss a map or two.
The salvos, there's little gaps and windows of play there. Jump spot to see if they can see through mid. They know that Zekken is holding on to this operator. It's pretty
Gen G?
from the previous round.
Sorry,
at least.
T1.
Again. Narrate will have heard that. Does it force out drone from
That was a force of habit moment.
And John's just jump spotting.
Yeah, I mean,
there's no way they're pulling 2 people again with the fake TP.
Is terrible because then you've just got
because Sen don't. I mean, John refuses to drone mid.
I don't understand.
He refuses
now
to.
they're hard calling. He's not there.
Wait, the drone. Aftershock into the corner. That's meant to be the punish. So John's forced to cancel and just get the hell out of there.
He's still worried about the flanking mid.
And
Leaf can't cross, is stuck, kills Zekken.
Yeah, this is it. Risk needs to be taken, but as a roll in front, it's going to be knocking
How?
you sky high.
How?
Can he still stay
How?
alive and kicking?
How?
Thread in the needle,
How?
trying to
How?
way into the side.
How?
And off offloaded with the ult. I mean, Zelsis is just using that just to try and survive. Up through mid, though.
Meanwhile, Leaf is on his own little Dora adventure.
Does he realize the bang is here, though?
As you mentioned,
yeah, I mean, they have to.
Time?
Going to be the playmaker once more.
Yeah, the real question is
Bang
time.
on the map?
Time. It's going to be at the back of his mind, but he doesn't know where Leaf is still creeping. He can't really hard commit to these players that are working their way over towards B. Plant. Out towards Cliff. Deep flash. Dodged. And Leaf's still there. He's holding it down. Out forwards. Bang. Creeping closer.
How is Zelsis alive?
He's applying pressure of his own. He's trying to get Sentinel straight back into this fight. But sidestepping. It's good movement from Jonah P.
Oh my.
And Jonah P and Zelsis forced to do a lot into this.
Oh my goodness. What a messy round.
This was, yeah, that was messy.
Absolute chaos. Both teams had lost control on that. There was an attempt from G2 to try to commit into A. Once Zelsis went for the
How did Zelsis live through that? How did Zelsis live that? That is unbelievable.
And Sen again had that gap through mid where Leaf found a pick. It was anyone's round to take. But Sen come out with the goods.
He gets breach ulted. He gets like triple spam.
That kind of mistake very often. Bang and John QT.
And that was literally just.
Good job of applying pressure.
No more sign on the mic. You hear me? Give me a fist bump. I just need to.
I'll hear that. What does he need?
What does he need?
Some tactical adjustment?
I don't know. I mean, it sounds more like I would imagine, and this is speculation at this point, that it's a little similar to what we were talking about earlier.
Send timeout. I mean, it's not a shock. I mean, as we said, that was a very scrappy, messy round. It wasn't like that was like good call, guys. And they are struggling heavy with mid. They have no idea.
Like, he needs help mid.
Yes, he definitely needs help mid. They definitely need help mid. They need maybe a little reclear drone mid.
Dude, they're saving knife anyways. Why not just swap Teho and KO positionally?
I don't know. Oh, because Zelsis needs to apparently flash out A main on his own, get a kill, bait out a breach ult, have a smoke, live on 8 HP, survive a ton of spam, and then win the round in the last kill.
True.
That's why.
That's a good swap, though. You can left-click flash from heaven.
Well, that was planned. Yeah. That's all him.
KO can play off the stun. Oh, they have Marriott actually embedded in mid this time.
Give us a little mid push, or give us a little up in mid. Give us a little second mid.
Looks like
it's good. It's a KO's with him now.
He's just going to tuck himself into here.
Never mind.
So they know the gate crash is only going up on the left side of mid.
He's anchoring B.
I think the plan might just
But
be...
you might get Yoru ulted this time.
Smoke up when I hear it, play anti-flash, see if they can peek, and this time, okay, it's a committal with a dimensional drift, so there's no punish in sight, and Jorgamo's going to be getting a lot of information. This is a different twist into it, despite the adjustments that Sen are trying to make. It's a fault line going its way forward. Jorgamo needs to really respect, I think, that they've got a variety of players just tapping away with the bullets there, crossing them up onto the angles.
There's that
has
kill.
been dealt with. He was cut up onto the side. There's still no plant
No.
here for G2. Time has been bought for these SEN players, and they are rapidly approaching. Hold on, there's a timing!
Did you not see him?
Jorgamo's ahead of it.
Oh.
Drone at his feet, not worried about it. No defense inside, and with that heaven control, an extra difficulty now layered down for the SEN retake, especially with the op into the hands of Zekin.
Why have we got one guy on the side on his own?
Bank does so. He's forward onto the side now.
Util said, fuck it.
Sure to apply that pressure evenly, but they still need to worry about this heaven player, and they might be trying to catch him here onto the timing. And yes,
well played by
Sen. Here's the danger, spamming down onto them. It's bullets raining from above. The Raid can stick this one. The smokes into their faces, and what is the next option to pull? Still got half though. These players are so low. Wait a minute. Wait.
Oh, Trent, the spamming god.
No.
Just, you got to jump off and just
Despite
drift.
the recon, has no choice just to watch from the sidelines here and try and survive away from the sphere.
Didn't go fast enough.
There's no saving that operator.
And that's a pretty big problem for Sentinels.
To be fair, how often do you practice what the radius looks like?
You should practice every week.
Maybe they can make a play for all.
They're getting paid to play! They should know that!
The spam to come through. The spam is really unreliable now, but it's a good plan position.
Oh no.
Oh, look at that. I mean, that's not over.
What did Cuba ever do to you?
So, Kaplan's not worried about throwing off the team morale, but even from the snippet we heard earlier, you know that Sen are starting to feel very frustrated about this, despite being in the lead. It's a weird spot. They're in the lead, but they're almost more frustrated than G2 are right now.
They can feel the momentum slipping away from them. The money in this round, not great. Inside the smoke, G2 got to be aware of the fact that there is some danger here, and yet you can see Bang, he's trying to replenish the smoke that he was in. Just gets caught with the random spam. That's handed.
What?
Did he blind himself? Oh, what's happening? They're chasing the kills down.
Is John just here for the right? Is he just following Zelsis? Is he just happy to follow him? If Zelsis jumped off a bridge, would you? Type beat for John? Yes.
Trying to play for the long con here, but Sentinels are struggling to get a grip into this half.
They certainly are. Now, previous round, they had a game plan. Kaplan gave them a game plan coming out of the tag timeout, but they couldn't really execute it because Jorgamo had Yoru ult. So it just broke whatever they were trying. Do they go back to that game plan? Are they going to stick with what their coach told them, or do we see an adjustment?
Yeah, where they're doing the exact, they're in the exact same spot. Now they have a 3B comp ult.
I don't know, like your Omen ult and your Blade Storm
So
aren't
Jet's not
necessarily doing
opting.
too much unless Second's
So
throwing. But the Cosmic Divide is
this is a
definitely going
bad
to put a
switch
bit
from
of a
Sen.
difference into the retake.
Heavy stack of players from Sentinels. Fault line, two of them stunned up. In through the smoke as well, trying to take these timings and then fighting ahead of it.
This is what we've been missing from Bang.
Trying to take it, a bit of argy-bargy onto the side. Jonah P just spots the top of the cranium. But not expecting the backstab.
Disrespect, let's go.
With open arms.
Didn't expect a third
Heavy
person.
stack on B. G2 not ready for
I mean, it does feel like whoever wins this map will
They
probably
were
win.
expecting, I've got to imagine,
Nah.
Sen to be
You don't think so?
I think it's still unga bunga both ways.
Sen are like, nah, we'll just,
Really?
we'll just fight them. Where we hear noise, we will simply fight them, and then we'll cover the lurk timing later. This should be unwinnable for G2.
With the spike drop down into the open, they've got Celsius, I believe, taking contact. Just the slightest of jiggles. Sees it.
Backside will swing.
Oh, wait a second. No, losing that fight.
That's a
Another
win.
here,
It has
both.
difficulties.
The flank.
Yeah.
You gotta expect it in 2 seconds if you're trying.
Can't stop the plant.
Spider sense.
They still have a very good chance of winning this round, assuming the timing.
No.
Missed him into the corner. These. Well, Armageddon's not going to give away the position. It's going to push them straight into his grasp, though, and it's intelligent at that.
All right.
All
the info in the world.
Oh no.
Never mind. Never mind. Never mind.
Alive there, but with it, he gets the information he was looking for. They know where Trent is.
Womp womp.
Mounted to the corner. Still loses it, but it's an impossibility at this point. Looks like plant full stick, full presence of mind.
Oh, womp womp indeed.
Let's see if this game plan continues from Sentinels. They're 2 away. 2 rounds away from being able to take.
Okay, the bang like disrespect, just like taking a timing. We've seen quite this happened on Split quite a few times.
But most of the
not so much on Pearl, and not so much here on Abyss either. But it's won them quite a few rounds, to be honest. Just like disrespect.
So far, though, the adjustment in that round that worked was heavy fight the site, tried to flood in, tried to anchor, stack the site that G2 are going for, and worry about the mid lurk later.
Okay, you have Astral for retake, so it's a bit strange here that they're playing, you know, pretty heavy anchor spots when you have, like again, this is where I'd be looking to punish and be like going for maybe a triple play mid because you've got an ult here, you know, go for some kind of trap play here. Instead, again, like, we have no idea. And now this smoke, it's like, now we're in trouble.
The entirety of that middle section, trust that they can flood defend in time.
Hey, we got the drone coming in through.
We drone mid.
Okay, we got a drone.
I mean, that is a poor drone.
Yeah.
No one's there to even take the space.
Race cut to the side. That's a rolling thunder.
And we leave it the free lurk.
Still survives, still stays, tethered onto the corner.
Oh, narrate though, what a play.
I heard the drone is free.
Yeah, alright, leave, let's go.
Oh, I thought you jumped off.
It's a pivot.
Leave.
Time to clock in. This one forwards, but Lee finally takes that timing. Have to go straight through mid.
Oh, he overextends though, he overextends big time.
There's no way that's all you get from that timing. There's just no shot. Why is the team executing so fast too? I guess they didn't expect him to get that flank.
John is low. Knives in the hands of
Fallon has ult now.
What's the play they're going to cook up in this spot? Cosmic Divide.
You have to.
This is going to force send forwards. Gives Valen that space to reposition. Playing himself a little bit back.
I mean, this is a lot of time.
Save just for this.
No stars.
Good
to
dash.
try and coordinate this attempt, and they have cleared up most of the side. They got to know these players playing behind pillar.
It's not a good plan.
Not really. They have to
Oh my
double
God,
up now.
double
Take
jump
this one
swing.
towards them, but still no kills that could be earned by G2. Despite it not being a good plan, time is ticking.
Wait for
it's
missiles?
away from Sentinels here.
Yeah, there's the salvos.
Does he have it?
No chance.
Just
Yeah.
Oh no, he does.
Yeah, no, he's got it.
Tons of time here for Sen to be able to get it across the line.
My God.
Just enough. Wow, the patience. That's crazy.
A second on the clock to spare.
And they used all of that time to wait for John's util to come back online.
Wow.
They used the stun
That was a
of
big
Draft
gamble,
Dash
yeah.
to clear any post-plant positions that were going to be close. And then the salvo pushes everybody into both of the Sen players on the retake.
Insane levels of discipline required to wait that out when the time is ticking at that degree.
Yeah,
It's different to the second, you're waiting for the cooldown to come back on.
I mean, an incredible spray transfer too from John, who's been amazing in this series.
If you jumped off the map there, would you waste
so
enough time and confusion as to they didn't die from the salvo? Where is he?
One more step is all they need to take the lead in this best-of-5 grand finals.
Jorgamo going for the Euro World.
Like it was 1.3
I don't think
seconds
that you would
off,
ever
right?
do
So,
that, but yeah, maybe.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, off
There's a
chance.
world. Yeah.
Clear out most of the way towards heaven as well.
Full retake. Now you're playing this against a Cosmic Divide from Bang, so on-site post-plant positions are probably going to be.
Yeah, if you're a jet, if it was a jet, for sure you would.
Yeah.
Pinging it out like they are somewhat aware, but G2.
Well
players off onto
divided.
the side as a Cosmic Divide to split them up, and that's why Trent is playing.
Oh, what a
close
stun.
and personal. The ball line, just a slight
What a
whiff
play
into
by
the
G2.
solid.
Oh,
Already
no
down
shot.
upon them. Jorgamo ETP
Yeah,
back
but now
into
they
the
can just
spawn
run
angle, I
away.
believe. Tried to cut it up behind them. It
Can't
dealt
run
with
all
it,
the
at
way
least
away.
partially. The salvos now.
Oh,
Drop
no.
down onto the cliffside.
Oh, the
Drop down! And Trent has no choice but to just fire a last-ditch effort. Anything to survive this. John's found the kill.
No, you don't
not
lose
like
like
this.
this,
It's nowhere
G2.
near. It's inevitable.
No shot, man. Are you serious?
Teo OP.
Yeah, match
Well, like,
point,
you
I'm
can
gonna
tank
try
one,
doing
you
this
can just
trapeze.
run.
Dude.
Like, you have the good plant as well, so
Let me try this one trick I've seen. Trust me, guys.
Oh no. That's rough, buddy. That's rough. He has lineups. He has lineups. Bro, I'm telling you, I'm a curse. I'm a curse. I'm the one who's gonna design this game. I'm the one who's gonna set up this game, and I'm gonna suck at this game. I mean, you should get minus points for a fall death. Zoltux, bro, I'm gonna ban you.
Vitality are just by far
Can you
the
send
best
bits
team.
if you're banned?
Seems like someone didn't pay their Glue Baron's royalty and now cannot resist its temptation.
I can do a different connections now. Oh, Super Bowl. Avatar. Spoon. I mean, is it that? They're films. They're all films. Is it just this? Jesus Christ. We didn't put much thought into this one. Jesus Christ. Go on, say your fucking line. Go on. Go on. Say your fucking line. Let's try a game that's actually a bit harder than that. That was fucking easy. Okay, this is Algeria. No? Is it Libya? My bad. My bad. No? Is it Egypt? Oh, it's fucking Saudi. What the fuck am I on? What? What? North of Saudi. It's not Turkey. Is it Jordan? This isn't Iraq, is it? It's not my country. It's not my global country. That's embarrassing. Okay. That's rough. That's rough. Okay, that's on me. That's on me. Does that not look like Algeria? Come on, bro. Come on. That does look like Algeria. That's rough. Now, do Egypt? Well, I know it's not Egypt. The rest of them were bad guesses just based off the fact that it said. I didn't even look at the. Obviously, it doesn't look like Egypt. I mean, I knew that as soon as I typed it. That was just because it kept saying go east.
Second kickoff
and I didn't look at the numbers.
2 years running.
I was just looking at an arrow. I got baited by an arrow.
Quick about that composition from Sentinels and how their double smoke comp was so powerful on the attacking side.
Okay, Sen, can we win Fracture? Can we end it?
On this map, which
Can
is
we win it?
unusual, but the biggest strength of it is how they can play around their mid control.
What's Dragon Slayer saying now?
Round for the first rifle round of this game, but in pretty much every round from Sen.
You got Malawi first try? Yeah, but Malawi is quite
right there, which is essentially
quite obvious.
all of the normal lines
there just aren't many countries that are like that.
Down this area and keep control of mid on this map. What that does is constantly threatens
We're in dangerous territory here.
Because they have double smokes, they can do
What,
that
if Sen
every
fans
single round.
ruin everyone's a week again?
Having enough smokes to
Look
go
at the
into an execute,
illustration.
unlike solo smokes, where you
like-
end up waiting 40 seconds before an exec can come. And let's see how that plays out in
Mods
this
sleep?
round. You see, G2 is starting with 2 players in mid. Their breach is holding vents.
Oh, I see.
which
They
was
didn't
broken
pay
at
out.
the
What?
very
What?
beginning of the
Any
round by
mods?
Sentinels. The Astra is holding here.
What's
and you
next?
also
Fracture?
have
Now it's all
the
chill. Now it's all
tripwire
chill.
there. Because of the pressure, there's only actually 1 player on this A site. And as I speed this up a little bit, there's going to be a fast hit into A from Sen. Because the players are preoccupied with mid, it's a free site. G2 are playing the retake. But the problems don't end there, because the spike is about to come down. And look at the positioning. You still have a player anchoring back B. You still have 2 players checking on mid. Someone is worried about that push into vents. And all of these players are having to rotate all the way back through, re-clear that space.
There you
And
go.
by the time they've re-cleared that space, Sen is already into the site with a
Why am I
win
never
post
drawing
lane.
lines
They'll
on the
close this
board
round
here?
out,
Oh, that's
and
a
they
good
did that
point. They're
consistently
flooding
on
out.
their attacking side
Oh, we
to
got a
get
kill.
out and now be
Oh,
on
you
map
see them
away.
coming out
Let's
here?
check in now with Wyatt and GB, who are
Let's
standing
check in
on
with
the
Wyatt.
crowd.
Thank you so much for that, Mimi. Yes, we decided to come amongst the people in the arena. Yeah. Now, of course, you have Sentinels. They're currently up in this series 2-1, and they're 1 step away from winning kickoff. Wyatt, we heard in the piece earlier, Leaf was talking about how this Sentinels team really relied on heroics, but it truly was the heroics and some damn good game plan that brought them over the line in map 3.
Definitely. Leaf was talking about that before these two teams matched up the first time. Those heroics did not come to fruition. Certainly not on Abyss, where they got...
Do they have a
torched by
Spanish
G2.
and
Starting on the
Portuguese
attack side
broadcast
with
in
that
Americas?
comp, as Mimi illustrated, really important. And then over on defense, clutching out those post plants, 2v2s where John is stepping up with great utility, gets them over the finish
No.
line.
What,
Thrilled
just
to
a
see this go
Portuguese?
to Fracture, which is going to be so interesting given that these two
Oh, no,
teams
people say
haven't
yes.
played it yet. So we don't know what is in store for us from either side.
Yeah, there's a lot of opportunities here, without a doubt. Something you want to see?
Did I see Egg being silly?
I'm certainly
No way.
expecting to see a lot of Breach Seho from both sides. They're, again, going back to these
Come on,
two
Sen,
teams
win.
that have really leaned into what may be the best meta, playing these new agents. And
What
so
aren't I
expect
reading
to
from
see that
Wes?
on Fracture, where they really thrive. We've seen plenty of other teams in Americas running that here too.
Yeah, well, folks, this is it. I mean, we're getting down to the wire here, right? You're at map 4. Big opportunity here for Sentinels to be able to close it out. But the question is, can G2...
Wes and I will
force
each pay
map
5 subs if you
I don't know,
ban
let's ask the
Zoltox
audience here.
on
How
the
do you guys say?
spot.
You think
We
G2
want
can
him
make map
gone.
5 happen? Or do you think Sentinels are going to close it at map 4 right here?
I don't think that was G2. So
I think G2 was winning that.
winning the crowd screaming challenge.
I gotta say, that I did not expect
It's
that.
not worth
but I
it,
don't
come
know
on.
what to do with my hands.
We are
But in any
close.
case,
We are not
we're gonna hang
close.
out with the
I don't
people
know
here,
you.
chill, good time. But until then, we'll see you on
What's
the
this
other side.
parasocial
Get
relationship?
ready for map number 4. Catch you then.
You are but just words on a screen. You could be a bot for all I know. In fact, you probably are. Let's just play. Let's play the other global. Why not? Chat type 1 if you're a bot. Go on. This is the ultimate bot test. Right. I will redeem myself. It's because it didn't have a little color on it. That's why. Yeah, type 1. Ross8703, you're not a bot. I hope. What if you actually were? That would be funny. Can bots sub to people? Thanks for the prime, though. 3570. Let's go to Asia. Let's go Let's go Myanmar. Okay, it's not Myanmar. Cool. Go Brazil. Okay, it's not looking great. 1,000. Could it be Canada? Or is I need to try one in South Africa first. Right, so it's 3,000 from Iraq, so it really needs to be... It needs to be pretty far away. Yeah, I think like Namibia. Okay, it's not in... Could it be the USA? Or Canada? I think the US would be further away from Iraq, to be honest. But you would probably be further away from Canada than you. I think it has to be... Maybe it's like the Gambia or Cape Verde. Let's go Cape Verde. Okay, it's 460 from Cape Verde, so it's like Senegal or the Gambia. Man, Gambia is such a fucking troll answer, man. Such a troll answer.
This is the difference maker for them. They win this map, they will be our champions of 2025 kickoff. Quick little fly through as well. Hold on to your seats because we're getting into the action momentarily, and it will be chaotic. It will be scrappy if any of these other fracture games are anything to judge off.
I don't think that SEN are going to be able to hold on to tower control. That, to me, seems like a big concern. Celsius started the round there and then slips in front, but G2's pistol walking through Dish. They ran the same pistol previously.
Realizing it's the potential opener. Hello, suppression to Zek, and he actually can't evacuate away from this play. The Salva's pushing him back, but this is a
so we got the Raze versus the Yoru.
Into the spawn, see if they can catch Trent.
Is that the only difference?
He's rumble of the footsteps, and he's playing the slightest of off angles, right by the ropes as well. He has an exit
Big from
strategy.
Trent. Oh my goodness, Trent.
He does just that. Sentinels with a two-player disadvantage now, forced to see.
So this is quite. I mean, it's quite a nice pistol by G2.
Swept away. G2 fully in control.
The one problem would be if you got like a big,
and not just in terms of the shooting, but also in
deep
terms
kind
of the
of south side here.
Trent
Trent obviously would be in a lot of trouble, but
and the positioning could not
otherwise,
be better from Trent. If you're the solo player taking halls in your ranked games like that, tuck into that corner. I mean, you've just got the best chance of success. Yeah. Picture perfect from him without support.
So you thinking G2 win this? We go map 5?
A story about it being really down to execution, ideas, your preparation.
But then I think SEN just win map 5. I think it's the type of day that's been going on.
Just go back and forth the whole game. You don't get many best of 5s that are just like, back and forth maps.
Decides to go aggressive in a certain area.
4 lanes, the coin flip.
There is more of that in this map.
This is about to be the most like monkey bars map of all time, though.
Celsius always just picks his gun out, tracking the boombot in case he needed to swiftly get rid of it. But this is going to be a plan down for G2. Everybody up and ready to take this one. Not just that. I mean, the post-map.
Jobber, would you cry if T1 won Masters Bangkok?
Anything done?
Another big thing that the Yoru.
Actually, I think I would.
If we want to talk about
really?
Analysis just for a moment as well.
Well, just because I'm very attached to Buzz. Like, I think that guy
too worried about that kind of stuff, but
wants to win so bad.
As much utility.
And I really like that in him. Like the reason I'm such a big fan of him is just because like you can just see the drive and hunger like every time he plays, every time you talk to him. And so, and knowing, you know, the course he's had to take, I think I would actually get emotional if T1 won.
But not DRX.
But there's yet to be a kill from the side of Sentinels.
I wouldn't cry. I'd be very happy for DRX, but it's
Well,
It's different. You just don't care that much. You hate them.
Betrayed by Devonta.
What if RRQ won a Masters?
The Sen bundle given
Oh,
for the
wow.
Sen taketh away.
I'd bawl my eyes out, you know. I'd be out in the streets crying with
Yeah,
joy.
just one guy. Everyone's wondering what's going on. Madman spotted in Seoul.
Start screaming in Indonesian in the streets of Korea.
To drone, to get information.
So they're just running the same pistol when I play.
Blast back through and crunch a player like Zekken.
Bit of noise being made. Seems to be an awareness from the Sentinels players, but smokes are going to be dividing up the site now. It's all
Literal same round. Trent's got a Guardian.
attempt to conquer, and speaking of that, I mean, Sentinels just overwhelmed Trent from that spot, putting
Bit
him into a
different
really
than in a
uncomfortable
pistol, though.
position. With him gone, they don't have to worry about the A main flank too much, and G2 don't really have the weaponry to be taking straight up duels here. They're pushing spawn. Yeah, risk to their own. Zelsays!
How many? That felt like I had about 90 bullets in it.
Down with lead on top of it, man. Still from the back. Leaf, a lot to contest with there. Sound cues all around him, and so pretty good answer back by Sentinels.
Unrecorded phantom buffs.
It's a bit strange to run a bonus round that's exactly the same as your pistol round, because you've already given them a chance to learn the lessons from that first loss. And here the lesson was, we need to be earlier onto Trent. We can't allow him to just get back into that passive position already.
Look how many bullets he shoots. It's crazy.
A wave of flashes. I mean, Breach flash, Yoru flash.
Let's go.
And then they could turn around and deal with the pack from G2.
Critically as well. I mean, G2 haven't been able to keep the ball rolling in terms of ultimates gained.
No.
There's 4 orbs to choose from on Fracture. If you take it slow and steady, you might be able to make your way towards it. It's part of the danger on this map.
Last time we saw G2 play, they were fast tempo, which is a little bit unusual. You expect them to be more of that slower defaulting team. But on this map, they just ran a bunch of fast set plays.
Oh, the repeat, put a boom in your face just makes it.
It's so fast. We are in monkey bars.
That was John QT just layering down that covering fire. And the thorns, that's a
Oh.
yeah, that's so good. Leave, here's the reposition of Bang, and knows to punish. Conventional drift going to be expended though. Second, he's got to do something
my
to try and
God.
turn the tide of this fight. Sweeping their way out through the smokes. A bit of ground's going to be gained out through.
I mean, that's just confusing. So you stun the mid site while you're still ulting, then he defloats in tower to fight raw.
Yeah,
without
this
the
was
stun,
a strange
like-
one. I mean, Bang dies, then we Yoru ult, then we I mean, you can see that Jonah is dead as well. You could like. Surely he's telling them like he's stunned.
Utility advantages.
You're missiling
Okay,
him.
so if you don't want to help the Yoru, I guess they go for stun salvo, right? But it's like none of these guys are trapped in the corner where it's a guaranteed stun salvo, and you may as well just help the Yoru. Like it's the best.
You know, eyes on those smokes, waiting for Bang to run
They're
through with a
forcing.
flash. And the silver lining around G2 not getting early ults online is that they're
Where's the
about
worst on here?
to
North
access
side.
On.
immediate, enormous arsenal.
Center playing a bit more loose onto the other side of things, just trying to earn up ults.
Sideshow's got an immediate, enormous
He has
arsenal.
a sealed garden if they get into position. So Zekken
Oh my God,
is really
what an
going to hold
angle.
on to spawn control. His team are here. Nade, push them back in case there is that flood attempt. A bit of spam. Oh, Leaf. Gotta be careful. Gotta be really careful like that. Here's that ult. I just talked about it. Gonna be playing a bit of a
Oh, they're
difference.
stopping
Leaf
the
goes
whole
down.
thing.
No,
He
that's an
dodges.
meant to deal with this
What?
He's up on the ground. Talking down there
Dude.
from above. Still. Sentinels
Hello?
to regain control of the side. It comes down to the spam straight down main. These players are toppling Sentinels. It looked like they had an advantage, but just like that, turn of a dime, it's all gone the wrong way. A tap, they've earned half, but guns out wide.
Now Valentin's
That's got the ult, auto strike. Your outs are dwindling.
Fried,
Your
air
options
fried,
are
actually.
out. And what can Zekken do? Salvos to work against.
Salvo.
The rapid spike approaching. He's
The
forced
post
to
play
save
is
it
so
away.
disgusting.
Yeah.
DMV, are you tired? Oh, we're getting there. We're getting there. We're gonna be slamming this down.
Turn something.
No, the problem is I don't care as much about the Pacific game as I did yesterday, because yesterday I was like, I really want to see who wins the Pacific lower final, right? The grand final, honestly, I'm not that bothered.
Spam here to be able to get the job done. And then just got the ult online.
Yeah.
This feels like classic G2. They're like playing to their win conditions again. They're finding the right win conditions. They're finding the right answers.
Very concerning for Sen.
You know, in like a quick pace, quick time, it feels like we're kind of back to
And now assuming they can navigate
like classic G2.
it's going to be really difficult for Sen to win any of these eco swing rounds.
Tail missile cooldown should be 1 minute.
Just okay.
All right, so
attempt to nav it, yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of ways you could nerf a tail. I actually think that that is a good idea, though, for initiators, is to have it be on a timer cooldown, but give them different times. Maybe that's what they should have just done with Skyflash as well.
Just trapped up in the brambles. No chance in hell to see if they can turn the tide of that fight.
Right, just make it like a minute 20.
Really solid awareness of how to stop these flood attempts from coming through.
Like, I don't see why they all have to be 40. Like, why not make some 30 if you want?
Past, but he doesn't know where the Sam player is. Flashback. Perfect timing. Jonah P just spams it down even though he was blinded up.
I mean, essentially, Gecko already plays around with that idea.
And still big ultimates available for G2. Right?
Oh,
I mean, enormous ultimates.
Okay, massive ults.
In fact,
oh yeah, massive. You know what else is massive, bro?
But this round is going to mean everything for the first half. Send down.
This next round is about to be Thanos.
What's on Kanye Crash Out?
They'll have invested a bunch
I mean,
of
I don't
ultimates.
care.
Their guns are going to be
7 ultimates ready to go.
disappearing.
Does Gecko get any play anymore?
Almost 7.
Pacific still plays him on bind. But yeah, it's strange how quickly we've gone away from Gecko.
Pixel angle play by Zekin. He's not going to be caught though. Has the TP to get
Got
back
another
away.
TP in the
He is
spawn play
anchoring
site.
hard onto the
Because I think
side.
Gecko is still pretty
No
good.
TP against all these
Rolling
ults.
Thunder clears his way through. Oh my,
No
the
shot.
top to try and fake an ult escape where he could be hiding, but he cannot escape from that Jordan
Oh
sideline.
my
Bang.
god.
Makes an attempt of it, putting a squeeze onto the side players.
I mean, G2
but
just,
G2
it's like their minds are just working quicker than
holding
Sen's
it
right
down,
now.
They know what to expect.
And so much good utility
It's
to stop
insane.
the flood from coming through. Jorg deliberately got breach ulted there, by the way. He got catapulted in by his own breach.
Is this kind of just proving that a lot of what Sen was doing properly was like based off review and setup, not how they're playing on the day?
And that's what I'm talking about. Sen, they
I don't think
gotta
that's fair
save
on
this,
Split.
and they might be able
I think
to
on
pull
Split
together
they just
a buy.
don't. They just
got 1,000 credits in the
outplayed
bank on a few of their
completely. Yeah, they were
players.
looking
John and
crispy on
Celsius
Split,
don't
it's true.
need to rebuy armor.
But Pearl maybe?
You know, they'll be able
More
to get
so?
something going. But they've used big ultimates.
Yeah.
And now G2 still have Visal, Armageddon. They are completely running away with this map.
Incredibly tricky spot for Sen to be in. And at this point as well, if they make the
This has
adjustments...
been a weird grand final. Like, I don't really know. Like, let's assume, like, G2 win this map, like, I don't know, 13-7. Right, something like that.
It's way too early, by the way, but I'm already starting to think about Haven. And the
It's
fact that
gonna
we
be a
haven't seen either of
strange
these
one.
teams there.
No, it's been
Because it's like just very back and forth.
Where they just have been avoiding it.
And yet it's the decider for the trophy if G2 continue this momentum.
It's hard to stop.
Like, Abyss really has felt like the only close map.
He fake drones over the top just in case.
You know, the other maps didn't ever really feel that close. Like, you know, Split was very dominant for Sen. This so far has been very dominant for G2.
Cheeky, but doesn't quite work out for them, and it forces the time.
Masters Copenhagen 2022 type grand final? Yeah, that's a good comparison. Because a lot of the maps there didn't feel that close, but we went to 5. So Sen take a timeout, no surprise. As I say, it feels like G2 are just like, obviously it's Fracture, so it's chaotic and it's messy and there's a lot going on, but it just feels like G2 are a bit closer together. They're a bit more on the same page as to what they're doing. You know, maybe their ult usage is a bit better. And, like, you know, they're finding, like, the crucial kill. You know, they're winning that first fight, and then they're getting a good trade later on in the round, and then send 2 players down, and it's like, oh, the round's over.
Tanker players are just getting completely left on an
Maybe
island.
that is actually a good point, that, like, maybe this is a map, particularly with these kind of comps, where maybe it is a bit harder to have one player just kind of pop off for you, and so maybe you could read into that, you know, that's why Sen is struggling, because they're not quite, their team play isn't quite as good.
There is no help coming.
I mean, Trent's holding onto the Armageddon. This is probably going to be used to clear the way, especially if this drone spots him, which no one is here.
But Sen are react pushing.
Right here, yeah, they're through.
They go for the react push.
Point, it's a fault line, Armageddon, there's no
Oh my
chance.
god,
You're done so.
he's
You're
dead.
done so. straight into the open arms and a fire in line the G2 were waiting for. And look at this.
And they're aware of the flank.
It's the wall, I think, that was triggered. They got to know that there was something up on
still
towards the
gets
flank.
That's a
Something was
crazy
up,
shot by
it's
his
on
friend.
second. Layering down. That's suppressive fire indeed. Gets the one.
Yeah, they see it second. It's like,
56
yeah, that's
to work
not
with.
against him. Oh, but maybe not against John either. So this one they actually did get
Sorely needed here for Sentinels.
a couple hero
Second
plays.
relocates, takes the rope. Oh, and John is too good
Damn.
for it.
All right.
What a day for John QT. Captain IGL of Sentinels guides them to their second round.
Okay.
So it was that adjustment I was talking about, trying to push out the opposite side of the map so that you have a flank going on. And G2, they actually did read it, as you were saying.
They have a
the Vice Wall
nasty
gave them the
retake
cue. They
on
just
the next
couldn't
round.
win the fight at tree.
I mean, John's
A
aim
rolling drift.
Couldn't get past John.
is a little bit tasty.
Is that going to work as a tactical adjustment, a strategic adjustment for the rest of the half? There's 4 rounds left to be played.
You guys have any cool combo names for like
G2 to slow
ultimates
down?
that combine together?
Very spread out.
No,
Awkward smoke to try
that's
to
not
get
my
They
job.
actually are defaulting.
That's
For
a
the first
caster's
time
job.
here,
I blame
G2.
Chobra if he
They've not
doesn't.
just picked the strat from the playbook.
Like if Nightfall and Yoru all go together, it's the Dark
the
Magician. You know?
flash that he just threw out there through the smoke. So
Kinda
we know
sick,
that
no?
B main was clear.
But
I mean,
Sentinels weren't simply
it's
picking a timing and
creative.
pushing.
What about like
They were
a
using
go on?
the fact
Give
that
me
Zelda
all of what you
give me
got.
two.
was a B hit.
Give me two,
Astra,
give me any, I'll do it right now.
Astra ult
So the
and a
fact
Yoru
G2
like
defaulting
ults
right now,
into
it's
the
not
little
really
corner of it.
Putting a threat in the
Oh,
mind of
okay,
Sen.
okay.
This might be a perfect time. Wait a minute, it's an
The
aftershock.
aftershock.
Deep pocket.
Nice read.
Yeah. John barely gets
What
out of
about deep
dodge.
pocket?
What wizard sleeve?
pocket's pretty good.
On the south side, with a play
Interstellar
like that,
actually
John
would
of
be
their own as
nice.
well. Clears the way through a main, but this is all
Interstellar.
5 players grouped up. Normally
That's
they've been
sick.
opting into the A splits. You can see
What's
eyes
the
are
next
trained.
one?
Sentinels are worried about the potential threat of drop, and if they try and contact play into
Oh
it, it's a
my
steel garden.
goodness.
Respect shown.
Look at the
Smoke split
stuff
up the
on the
side.
map.
Holy.
Some of their own going to be used, and expect they're trying to slow them all the way down, but Jogamo's
Looks like a league
straight
bot
in there.
lane.
It's amazing retake.
Savia Jane, thanks for the $2.
Second can give them full info for the breach ult.
Here it is,
say?
dimensional drift. It's going to point into the direction for
Ranked
his
the
team.
top 3 IGL
As
aimers.
mentioned, potential there with a breach ult, but
You
John
made me
Keating's
miss
gone
Trent
down.
Skill.
Pocket dimension
Nice
right
little
there.
drift into
As
Rolling
well.
Thunder. That's fast and
Nails.
furious.
Let loose. It's 20
Pocket
seconds left into this.
dimension,
Jokic just trying to buy
wow.
some time for the rest of his team to get in. He
We've
could
been
be the
cooked.
difference maker.
Time.
13 seconds. He needs to clear this guy up. He's got 1 for his troubles.
Time,
It's all
time,
out.
run,
G2.
hello, Jonah.
Lock and key is what they got
What?
to side under. Zelsis creeping around the corners, but even the
Yeah,
drop is
rough.
being watched for.
Probably should have saved that. Why aren't you
That's
saving
scoreline.
the
Just when
4v1?
you think Sentinels are being able
You
to
can
come
only
up with
save
some
that for
answers.
alive. That
I'm
option
not even
kind of
sure I
gets
can tell
cleared
you
out if they
exactly
have less.
how G2 won that situation. Sen had a good
Best
setup.
aimers.
Looked like they'd got all the info that they
Safe and
needed,
King
then
have to
G2
be
got
in
a
there.
couple of kills.
John is
The
definitely
Seaman
an
came out of
option.
nowhere. There's one onto John, and there's the second onto
Has to
Bang.
be Safe and King though, right?
And that put them in a devastating spot.
Nobody is definitely an option.
John got stuck in a corner, but Bang's death, you got
Cloud is an option. Are we counting Forsaken?
And working his way through the smoke. Yeah.
Are we counting Forsaken? Valen is a good option. Mako is an option. Vicky? No, I think I would go Safe, King, Cloud. I think would be my 3. Assuming we're not counting Forsaken.
They get on the attack side, they could do similar stuff themselves. Oh yeah.
You're all just saying
They still
names.
have
Why are people
all
saying
the same
yay?
tools, albeit that slight difference between the Yoru and the Raze.
Gives you extra options though, if they lean into it, but they need rounds here and now in this first half. You can see that's why Sentinels have used 2 timeouts at this
Are we
point. There's
doing
a
worst?
lot-
You guys can do
lineups,
worst.
so you
I'll
land,
refrain.
Leave it to the back section of tower. There it is. Clears the way.
And then you've got the salvos following up. If you were in tower this round, you're dead.
Then playing off site though. Aware of that. Don't really have the guns though to do a good job of things. Still that flash. Actually could have saved it for the retake, but nobody pushes forwards. In fact, I believe it's
Locomotive, thanks for the 6 months. Okay, you do have the Zekken push-up here. He is the one with the rifle.
Stops him from getting through, but Zekken is the one with a rifle. Hero plays in order.
Oh,
Just
and
the
he
timing,
dies.
unfortunate there.
Well, that's probably the round.
Bit of a swing, flash up through into the corner, orbital strike.
Okay, they do get out of Brimmo, which is a small win, but the round is not going to be a win. And 458,609. I mean, are you a bot?
Beautiful. Leaf has so much impact in this round.
Thanks for the prime.
Throws down the thorns to stop any kind of flood attempt coming through, and then flanks underneath tunnel.
Did I get Ross 8703? I'm not sure. I am not.
When Zekken goes down here, it's like, all right, okay, we don't have arcade control, but neither do
That is
they.
a great name.
Know that Leaf is on the prowl.
That's something a bot would say? True.
8-2. And it's looking more and more likely that this trophy is...
Best 2 plays, thanks for the 3 months. Give him money and he instantly insults you? Hey, some people pay for that.
Bullets are hitting, connecting, bang, pressing the advantage is to send. They're trying to get ahead.
Okay, they finally get the first kill.
Works out in their favor, but it's going to be util pound per pound.
We've gone a bit sloppy here this round.
Attempt of salvage from here. G2 to get that spike back, and it's very apparent which area of the map they're trying to fight over at this point. Sentinels. Ooh, some way or form they have that advantage.
Flash didn't catch onto John QT somehow there.
Yeah. They got lost in the geometry of the map. Oh my god! Bullet's almost landing.
Oh, it's Brent's voice.
Over. Celsius has to respect that. Give up that space. Cut noise. Playing it slow now.
Sen are pretty happy to just rotate to where the noise has been, though. Here's a Tejo drone to try to get a little more info.
Didn't clear the box. They're worried about sound at the same time, and here's the salvos. Oh, no, there's no gaps to play in. Tap with the Guardians in hand.
2v1.
Just down to Trent, though. It's a 1v2 and offline.
Nice.
Held down. Zekken reveals his hand there.
Yeah, Brent hitting the high notes.
They're going to take it, I think. They need every single round they can take.
Sen need another.
Yeah, they do.
An 8-4 half if they could get a pistol. Something that generally has been evading them a little in this series.
But yeah, this by Jonah just put them in a bad spot. And I mean, again, that first shot is crazy.
And they left Zekken.
Okay, they get a third round, but I don't feel good here.
Final round of the first half here on Fracture.
And a B-split called. Celsius under pressure, drops back into sight instead of the safety of Jenny.
Good luck dealing with this. Just showstopper unleashed. It's good util. To Molly. Thorns, and he knows the wall's there on top of it. Out to the way, defusing running out. Man just takes the time in.
Wow.
Pushes straight past it.
They just lost all sense of like time there, really.
Seized there by Sen. Spike drop down into no man's land. Now Trent has earned himself an ult, but it's a 2v5. And with these players topple the ult, can't take that one into the next half.
The spike!
Sentinels done enough here. 4 rounds.
What a blunder! What a whiff!
Do I have to read this out? An anonymous gifter. Did I say best 2 plays? I mean, I'm losing my mind. I'm so fucking tired. But best 2 plays. If I didn't say your name, I have now. An anonymous gifter just gifted a tier 1 sub to Margaret Thatcher the Kuma. That's not a mental image that you really want in your mind. But there it is. It's in there now. Who are you?
A person that I grabbed from the crowd to participate in this game. Paul, where are you from, buddy?
The Martinez, California.
Hey, we got a local Californian in the house, guys. Give it up, give it up. Now, let's get into this real fast. The name of the game is Chuck the Raisinades into the bucket. Riv is in the middle of the crowd, and you got a bunch of Raisinades to toss into the crowd. I mean, the bucket, whichever you decide. Let's go ahead and do this. 3, 2, 1, go! Oh, almost, a little more. Whatever you do, don't hit the jib. That costs a lot of money.
Don't worry, abilities don't kill everyone.
Yeah, that's true.
There it is.
Here. Yeah, hold this.
Almost.
And then I'm going to toss them over here. Oh, no! Oh,
Keep it coming. Keep it coming.
Oh, no! There are grenades everywhere.
Almost.
Oh, oh man, it's almost as if
now.
I'm doing this intentionally.
He's launching. He cares about the community.
Riv, come on.
Oh, stolen.
Riv, hit it. Catch it, Riv.
That was not your attempt, GB.
I'm trying.
Another.
I'm trying. We got to.
And another. And another. Okay, not that one.
Oh! Go. Jet knife to the bucket. Go. Believe in yourself. You can accomplish it. Maybe not that one. It's okay. You don't get to keep the bucket, though. Don't get to keep the bucket. No bucket. Hey, guys, give it up for Paul.
They'll do people will do anything to get on TV these days. Why not have someone eat some glue? If you asked Sideshow to eat some glue, he would. Why not? Would you partake in this kind of halftime thing, Chobra?
I was doing this all throughout the finals weekend of Champions in Seoul. That was my job, was to throw goodies
you were that
out
guy?
to the
You
crowd.
were-
I was that guy.
You were bucket man?
Of our kickoff here in America's
Sorry, what's that?
2025.
You were bucket man?
Teams are really pushing each
I was
other.
bucket man. I was bucket guy. But I also got to shoot the showstopper t-shirt cannon, so that was cool.
There you nice. Let's go. That's why we do this shit.
Yeah, dude, that thing like bruises you. It's so heavy.
Oh man. Sen kind of need this pistol, huh?
Are they going to be able to find the timing here? Leaf tucked in, waiting for it.
Hello?
He's trying to reclaim the flash.
Crypto throw
He's
is
using it for
that?
information. He's just missed that mark. It still should not be winnable for Sentinels because of the Spike's position down here at Dish.
What Valen's position though?
In theory, if John manages to pick up Valen, it could be. Jorg's looking. They've spotted one.
Dude, what is going on?
You don't have to look at your flash to pop it either, so I don't know why he turned around.
If John wins it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Turn around. There's still 45
Unless he
seconds here,
always turns
and
around for
Celsius has
that,
found
which is like,
that they
no
backed
way.
up. So he was being pressured out from taking this fight, and he's taken some space.
Oh, he's just body blocked the thorns. Jordan was straight ahead of it.
They're about to double up. John has made the wraparound.
It's still fine, but that's
and
funny
Valen's
as well.
still looking for him in halls, sand.
I mean, at a certain point though, they can just run back because they're not gonna have time to get the spike and
peppering them with bullets straight through the dish, but they've got the
Run
spike
to
and they got
B.
themselves out, but there's only 17 seconds to work with. And here's the danger.
Do you think there'll be a surprise Beyblade
G2
announcement
got the
after
read.
this? Like
Yeah.
a sponsorship?
Planted our
with
potential. I'm not
Valorant?
too sure when the salva's coming online, but
Dunno.
Tom was already there. Just been using to see if they can push this one by the 6 seconds left. And well, it's
Nice.
Nice. Ace.
It's open-handed.
Nice.
There's your eye by power ace.
That's ridiculous that that's an ace round. Normally the aces are super condensed, put together. But Jorg aces on the pistol, stopping them from getting the spike. I like the setup from Sen, but Jorg just hit the shots.
That's hashtag unlock your
yeah. I mean, they had no time really. That's what I mean though. Like at a certain point, they just realized, hey, we can just run away from this. And either they have to exec on us on A and like sprint, or they have to run here without us getting it.
I mean, he's going for it, isn't he? He's going for the ult orb off the back of the salvo pressure. And now he's got the timing to come back and potentially collect some of these kills in sand.
Door open though. Trying to be.
All right, let's see that anti-eco showstopper.
Playing this one safely. Just a
If he pops it this round.
to be overwhelmed. Jorgen's got the nade. Flashed up, blinded, and here's the swing.
He got a what?
Oh,
what?
Just going white. Rare whiffage there. Cleans up.
What?
Do it.
What is going on?
It's flawless. It's 10 rounds.
That
It's
means
just-
5 less
Bonus
bullets.
round is going to be looking increasingly deadly now from them
I
as well.
swear to God.
That showstopper that's been earned up.
And I think this is the kind of situation, 6 rounds down, where Jorg has actually managed to
I
work
swear
up
the
because of
rounds
his
on
ace
Pro were
on
like
the
10
pistol.
minutes
He's
longer
worked his
each.
way up to a defensive showstopper. These are the kind of maps where I think Sen, even if they play their absolute best, they're going to need G2 to fumble if they want to be able to lift the trophy at the end of Fracture. They need a bit of help from the gods. Everything seems aligned here for G2. Can Sen find the magic?
Drone opens the door, and Jorgen's right behind it. That nade, rebound, it's almost perfect. Damage done. Ray survives. So Lotus util in hand as well for this re-clear coming through. Drone, see what it spots off. And here's an attempt of it. Zekken steps
I
forward.
mean, it's Jorgamo dead, so that's actually not too bad.
Trade.
They got rid of Jogamo though, which means no showstopper. So that's one piece of plant denial not available. Can Sen get in? Vale in under pressure.
Yeah, definitely under pressure. There's flashes all over the place, man. He's blind as a bat. He can't see anything in this spot. So the thought Ferrari swing! But Celsius stuck himself now onto the site, and he's left with a series of unknowns just wandering around his head. Where are these players? He's tapping, hoping, praying that they open themselves up into it, making it that much more winnable. Dodges the flash, and now he knows it, at least expects it. One player, at least in domain, sees the barrel.
GG.
In the fight. Strender locks onto him.
GG.
All bang to the head.
Blind as a bat is what he said.
And G2 convert the bonus, something that was going on frequently in maps earlier today.
Truly set up for map 5.
Valen's under enormous amounts of pressure there.
I think I might need the
He's got a salvo that he's sat inside of. Has to push forward.
TLDW on some of the Pacific maps from you, Chobra.
It's kind of ridiculous that he's able to come away with the goods in that spot. Sen have got to cobble together a buy, and it's not pretty.
It's desperation. It's the trouble. Jogamo's still holding on to this showstopper on top of it. Not a pretty buy at all. Zekken, flash primed, doubled up actually, just in case someone was anti. Sen are aware of the gaps in terms of how they wanted to play this one, but it's immediately caught. You can see Valen rattling off commands to the rest of his team.
I mean, look at Trent pushed out over towards the
Valen's in sorely a lot of trouble
They're
here.
flanking so early. They did this in the prayer as well.
And none of that happens.
To the slaughter.
What? G2 is just so much faster around the map.
You can take away his gun, but he's still got the rockets. Still the salvos out wide here.
Bruh,
Drifting in
bang.
these fights, and it's Bang who ends up dropping. 2 players left to stand here from Sen, Zekken and Zelsis, trying to make sense of this chaos in the round, trying to reclaim any sort of space. Zelsis slips
Is
in
that from
under.
Yeah.
There's the one, Jiggle. And start.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Just a
no.
bullet tag slowing down the momentum. He can't
Tail
evade
moment.
that.
Tail trailer
Wow,
moment.
that's cool.
Oh.
Good dodge on the flash. Step 1.
Many more to follow, and
Oh, you just saw him flash.
G2, more than a firm grasp, man. They have been in control from the start here on Fracture. They might be a map down, but they are determined to take this one all the way.
And you're seeing right from the beginning, the game plan is to push out the opposite side of the map. They've now done this multiple times. Round 15 and round 16.
There's no way.
That's rough. That is rough. He didn't even have the classic out to begin with.
I see 2 people just like this.
Yeah, because he's found the perfect timing. And because Sen are not thinking about that. Sen were too slow to do that on their own defense half. G2 are ahead in the macro.
There's no more room for error for Sen. At this point, basically just thinking ahead to
Can they be fast
Haven,
again?
but gotta focus.
I mean, that 12-4 down.
Gather a bit of momentum, just make it that
It's
much
just
more
running.
doable.
Stinging
Valen does
best go.
eventually get removed away from the side here. The bullets are firing. Sentinels flooding out the feed.
They know that Tree's been compromised.
It's going to be
And there's
hurtful.
3 on the
They know
site
what the
too.
plan
They
is as well.
somehow.
Nader's going to be rebounding, pushing John out into the open. And well, okay.
What?
Now it's
Oh
What?
my god.
Where have you pulled that from? Just from the side, just when he thought Sen were getting comfortable.
He does have
Into
after
this
shot.
round. It's a 1v1. Him versus the Rate. Doesn't expect to reposition. The Rate straight
Oh
from
my
behind.
god.
Took that fast
Wow.
to flank around, and so
We don't drone
the
here
slightest
in
of
this
breathing
city.
room. But the question is, how many more rounds can
Yeah,
Strength
50-50
string
gamble.
together until it's just over?
I also think that's the only way you're killing Trent at the moment, with a bullet to the back of the head. Because if you take a straight fight against him at the moment, he looks unstoppable. 17 and 6 on this map, by the way.
Nice! Come on, man. Brick by brick.
Brick by brick. Well, they'll need another 7 rounds just to get
Go
things
for
to
this
overtime,
Yorubaki
but they're not
idea
able to
again?
win the map.
Morale still keeping it up. Big ults on either side.
They need to be looking for these defensive pushes because G2 are
They gotta go.
constantly
They gotta go
active.
somewhere faster.
This is going to be cleared out. Wait a second. Sen.
What the hell is this? Oh.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Slightest miss with a Bucky in hand.
No.
And it's up to Bang to respond.
Oh, hold on.
And he does.
They're gonna somehow win
It's
this
2
round,
rounds away,
huh?
and Armageddon of their own, and they have that site access. Turning it back into
Hold
the
on, the Leaf's
3v3.
flying.
Why not plant the spike?
Oh
though?
no,
That's
he's
a
running.
crazy
Why
move.
are you running?
Sticking with the plan. John
Well,
finds his kill.
He got
wants to
greedy
make it
there. He
fair.
just got so greedy there, thinking he could
Yeah.
run all
This
the
map,
way.
He's often trying to take those timings, and it's unusual to catch him unaware.
Because like even if they're in spawn,
I
they're
don't think
like
they're gonna be
nothing.
aware of Valen. They still think there's a chance that he's over towards spawn.
Sen are not out of that danger
I mean,
zone
he's
just
making
yet.
these orbital at least.
Creeping forwards, he's just spotted it. Just the shoulder. Fault line is instantaneous. It's rapid.
Oh my god, he's gonna die.
They are toppling. G2.
Swinging in orbital.
GG.
Why?
Oh no.
Not to be denied.
Yikes.
Even is inevitable.
Well.
Damn.
Surely DRX and T1 don't win quick maps. Surely. I mean, DRX, if they even have a big lead, they always choke it, right? It always is at least close. So I know that I'll only miss 1 or 2 maps max. Surely.
Today's gonna be the day DRX just wins like 13-5 every map.
Why won't you let me run an ad, Twitch? Come on, Twitch. What's going on? There you go. Okay, map 5. And map 5 is Haven and Sen banned Haven against most teams. It didn't ban it against G2. G2
Wait, so Trevor,
actually.
what games did you work on or play on before Valorant?
Me? Or
a whole list. Not everything's about
recent?
you, TMV.
I didn't hear what he said, to be honest. I didn't want to just like ignore him and be like, oh, that's awkward.
I started with League way back when, but I worked on StarCraft, CSGO, Dota, Call of Duty, and then for like casted Summoner's War.
Have we seen either team on Haven this kickoff?
Crossfire.
What was the worst game?
The worst game.
Which bridge are you gonna burn today?
Yeah. Try to put me on the spot. Although, worst game. Honestly, I had to step in to cast Arena of Valor once, and it wasn't that fun.
Damn.
So that's probably what it was. Because I used to oversee the production of it. I wasn't like hands-on, but I used to oversee it. And then they needed like a subcaster, and nobody like knew the game or like knew MOBAs. So I was like, I guess I'll just try to learn it in a couple of days and cast it. And maybe it's because I didn't learn it well enough, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
What's
but
the
then
best
like
game?
what's the best game? Valorant.
Wow. You don't have to say that.
Though I will say, as a desk host, I really loved working on both CS and Dota 2.
Hey.
Those two were very fun. Very fun.
What separates Dota 2 from everything else? Like, what's the sick thing about Dota that makes it fun to work on?
I think it's just the way the game's balanced. So there's so much theory crafting to do, right? Like everything's overpowered. It's drastic changes. And so
how's the match going, bro?
there's
2-2.
Generally always going to be at least 1 or 2 like dramatic moments every tournament. And so I think that builds for good stories and cool analysis.
Let's go,
and
Trent.
For Dota 2, like I was never on the casting side of it at all, so I could always just kind of pick the analyst brain and just know enough to pick them the right way,
do something.
And so it was always fun, like having discussions on the desk and then watching games with them backstage and stuff like that.
We have the same amount of first kills, first deaths.
It's really cool.
But I will say, one of the more surprising games I had fun casting was Summoner's War. That game's kind of hyped to cast.
4 kills.
It's pay to win.
Loop. Is it like a? What's the
So that's what
everyone's kind of turned up.
You
look at this, man.
You craft your team, but it's turn-based. But there's like there's speed and there's speed stats and whatever.
Yeah.
But then there's like just enough RNG that there can be these like dramatic RNG moments, and you can still overcome it with like the right stat builds. But like I didn't realize the like team compositions and whatnot actually had several layers to it. And then like you can purposely build like certain characters fast, certain characters slow, and how you want to like stack your abilities and whatnot. But it is a turn-based game, but it's very rapid fire turn-based. So
yeah, no, that's sick. I'm looking at it. They got Tanjiro. That's kind of sick.
Yeah.
The horizon as G2 manages to pick up.
Okay, I'm gonna go clean my teeth.
13-5 and what could only be one of the quickest
Clean
maps
your
that we have
teeth?
seen here in this series so far.
What is
Don't we usually just see we brush?
Split had less rounds played. It was a
like a machine for it or whatever.
That match went for 15 more total minutes than Fracture at a 13-5. And this map in particular, I think, really illustrates what Josh Ortiz said about how dynamic the team is with the pace, with Giacomo in the roster. Fracture, their average time to plant the spike, G2, is 35 seconds compared to, for instance, on Abyss, 50 seconds. Split, 57 seconds. They are running it down on this map, and it's because they have a guy like Jaw.
And I want to show a couple of the XX where they are running it down throughout this game, because they had some really well put together executes with this comp that we were seeing out from G2. This first one, they're all passing that Vise wall together, so it doesn't actually cut anyone off. Then it's an aftershock to stop the flood from coming in. Then they're throwing down thorns. They have so many layers of utility to stop the defenders getting out these smokes. Most of the time, the win condition as a defender on Fracture is getting past that smoke, getting in on this flood. But with the Vise, with the Brim Mollies, with Raise Nades, they're so good at stopping Sentinels from having that opportunity. Here's another. Jaw gets sent flying with the rocket in hand. They're ulted by the Teo, but they still get outside. They still have thorns. That combines with an aftershock to get a kill onto the breach, and then they clean up with some really pretty fundamentals on this round as well. And it was rounds like this all day on that attacking side to put G2 so far up on Fracture.
Incredibly impressive to see the speed at which G2 is taking some of these executes, and I mean, just even reflected in the first kills as well. Just the fact that you start off just so aggressive in their face, really leaving Wyatt Sentinels with no real option but to just kind of like deal with that aggression every single time.
It is this composition that is so explosive, and cool to see Jaw on the raise on this map instead of the Yoru that Sentinels were opting for. We see that Yoru be, to some extent, a natural counter to this Tejo meta where you can draw out the util and teleport away. But when you have the raise, that's just even more damaging utility to sync up with everything else that you've already got. So when you're playing that fast style, anchoring against this comp is next to impossible.
Yeah, no, of course. And there's obviously, as we look forward here, we have Fracture on the horizon. I mean, I don't even know what to expect. Oh, sorry, not Fracture, Haven. I don't even know what to expect there. Look at that, my brain's all
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, this last map was like the Giacomo raise show, but there's so many options on which way G2 could go. For context, neither of these teams has played Haven just yet in kickoff. So this is a complete unknown quantity going into map number 5 of a series. Is it going to be more Breach Teo Yoru like we've seen from Sentinels? Is it a more classic comp like what the Brazilian teams have played? There's a lot of options for this map number 5.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, last we were seeing of Haven, it was the very standard, you got your Breach, you got your Jet, etc. What we've always seen on the map. And do they dare try and play with a Tejo look to try and really prioritize controlling areas of the map like A main? It's possible, but so cool that we've made it the distance in this series.
Yeah.
So we got to see SEN debut on Fracture, and we get to see both teams debut on this.
Well, that's what it's all about right there. They're playing for the kickoff trophy. And of course, for Sentinels, they'll be playing for their second kickoff trophy here in G2, desperately trying to get their first. The question is, who's going to come out on top? You don't want to miss it. Map 5 coming up right after this, and we'll see you on the other side.
This is it. This is what it all comes down to here in our grand finals of kickoff for Americas itself as well. G2, they have been so close in the past, man. They've had two chances to win a grand finals here. They've been in familiar spots, but it's crumbled beneath their fingers multiple times. Sentinels themselves have gone on a run. They can cast their minds back to 2024 and understand how far they came in fashion in kickoff itself.
And the last time that we saw these two teams
do
match
it.
up in this tournament Sen
Who's
were
winning?
Close, right? So
Give
it's
me a
not
prediction
like you
right
have
now.
That same fire underneath you of
Sentinels
we're
are about
within
to
touching
win
distance. This time
7,
they are.
18,
Breach
18,
Teo
16.
gonna come out with Yoru, so sticking so heavily to the
Jobra?
meta, if you want to call it that at the moment, for G2. Not adapting
Is he there?
to Solar
Sorry, what's
Breach,
that?
for example.
Who's gonna win?
Or playing a Jet here.
G2, man.
What are we going to see from Sen?
Ooh.
There are so many different options on Haven.
G2's gonna pull through.
Oh, I
Oh,
like this. Okay. So
Fanatic comp. Narrate on ISO.
composition, but allowing both
Wow.
of your duelist players,
He said he
let's
needed
be
help
real,
mid, so
that's
he's
what
gonna turn
Narrate is
everything
in his
into
heart
mid
of
with the
hearts.
ultimate. Fuck it.
To go out there and frag.
Damn.
If there was a map for Narrate.
Okay, before we get in the game though, does everybody in the UK say they're cleaning their teeth?
Showcase that he's that kind of player that
Why, what would you
deserves
say,
respect to
brushing?
pick up a trophy.
Yeah,
He
brush
could
your
put
teeth.
out
I've like never,
an
yeah.
insanely
I mean,
good
either is
performance here
correct.
at ISO.
Both would be said here in the UK. I would
Oh.
say either.
What to
Interesting.
expect.
Interesting. Yeah, I just wasn't sure if it was like a U thing or like a UK thing.
I think here in the UK you would say either, and both would be seen as perfectly understandable as to what you meant. Why did you think I was like going to the dentist to like get like a deep clean or something?
Oh, no, I mean I assumed just given the context that you were brushing your teeth, but I just never heard someone say that.
But so many unknowns.
But you know, classic ignorant American.
Yeah. There's plenty of things we say. You know, we got plenty of things that we say.
Revenge for Sentinels to steal away that trophy and title and chance for G2, and for them, it's been in the making for many, many years.
We know roughly how the Euro ISO composition is going to work. There are not many people playing G2's compositional archetype
Okay,
here
I
on
mean,
Haven. It has
G2 just
huge
leaning
amounts
full
of
into
area
this.
denial.
But this is also pretty good on this
Limited
map.
on the info it gets on defense, I think.
Full speed ahead.
Teo Breach. We have seen Teo Breach.
Waiting for,
Haven't seen
waiting
Yoru
for a
as much.
front line, waiting for a salvo, something like that. Maybe even seeing if the wall was triggered there.
Yeah.
This is
And Astra as well. Zami, thanks for the 12 months.
So you're pretty confident the Vice
Watching
isn't
from New
playing
Zealand
C.
right now.
Just leaves
Well, welcome.
two options
Hello.
on A. One from B, one garage.
What time is it there?
Yeah, I mean,
That's